there's only one mantra that you all need to know. That's that one over there. See Todd, bye Todd.
May all acquaintance be. I don't actually understand what the fucking first line of that song is. Anyway, West Coaster Steve. Hi, everybody. It's your friend. Happy New Year. That's my new name. Happy New Year. Tonight is a special night. We are doing some live selling with some trivia. But first, a little word from my sponsor, Rachel's Ginger Beer, the Blood Orange. This is me drinking the blood of the unicorns. And I want to introduce my special guest host. Now, he was accused of being the Zodiac Killer back 40 years ago, which is kind of strange, but he talks about comic books, and y'all know him. His name is Chris Piers, Mr. Comic Tropes.
Am I celebrating the new year or the fact that I got away with all those murders? I'll never tell.
That noisemaker kind of sounds like the last gasp of a fart of 2024.
It's not a very powerful noisemaker. I agree. This is probably the cheapest one you can possibly get. Oh, a little better.
That was a little better. But hello there, Christopher Tropes.
Hello there. A double salute to you, Mr. Davengers.
You got to work on that. Yeah, there it is. I gotta work on it.
You break your wrist. Hello out there, viewers.
If you don't know Chris, he is the head honcho of and Mr. Comic Tropes, as well as the principal and oh God, I don't know what I was going to say. He has another channel called Pros and Cons where he does a weekly spinner rack show. And
changed it.
Oh, you changed it. That's right. It's
Comic Tropes After Dark.
Right, where we get sexy. And you co-host a show with our good friend, the Savage Street Vigilante himself. What's that show called?
Trash Movie Bonanza. Thanks for the plug. That's so nice of you. We're figuring out our vibe here. We're talking over each other. But yes, Jim Mahfood and I over on Comic Tropes After Dark do a show where we look at like schlock or underperforming or cult movies. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're quite bad. It depends. It's called Trash Movie Bonanza.
Most times the episode is better than the movie. Case in point, the Madam Web episode is possibly, I mean, I think I put it up there with some of the best Mystery Science Theater episodes.
Aw, that's nice of you. But like, yeah, for that one, it is almost as long as the movie, folks, when we talk about Madam Web. But it's because in addition to like sort of riffing on the movie and stuff, we literally talk about every aspect, the technical stuff like performances or editing and the behind the scenes dramas that was going on and the comic books that it's based on or presumably based on.
So and when villains jump directly into flying ambulances.
She timed it well, that hero of ours. She's good at stealing cars.
I will say this. I find myself kind of agreeing and talking with you while I'm watching the episodes. Both of you.
That's what we want. We want it to feel like somebody's hanging out with us. By the way, there's a comment there from Bill saying, is Craven as good as Madam Web? And I'll tell you this real quick. When I saw Madam Web, I go, well, that's like one of the worst movies of the year. And then like after a few months, I was like, well, that is a bad movie, but it's an entertaining bad because of how ridiculous it is. Whereas I'll say I saw Craven, found it incredibly dull, very boring. And I'll say that's a lot worse when a movie is boring.
Yes, boring is worse than bad. Always. Always. All right. So before we even get to the show at hand, let's say hello to some friends. Derek Neiman, my brother, Happy New Year. My other brother, Tyler Davis, the Wrench Pope. Hello, my friend. Ramen's in the house. What's up, Paul? And the Hooch. The Hooch is on fire. Happy New Year. Yes, all nude, except I do have my hoodie on, but I'm not wearing anything else. There he is. Bill McGovern's here.
He's Donald Ducking it, folks.
That's right. Rob McCallum, my friend. Mark, what's going on? Happy New Year. And by the way, to all my fellow Jews in the house, Happy Jew Year. Tej, my brother, my beautiful baby brother. Hello, Joshua. Don't forget to hit the like button. And then after you're done hitting the like button, you can go in the description. Comic Tropes is tagged in there. Comic Tropes After Dark is tagged in there. And my podcast, Direct Edition, is also in there. New season starts Monday. The new episode is already uploaded. And folks, the first 2 episodes all about Japan. Then I'm going to have Sean Crystal on. And then I'm going to have my friend Scheme Richards on. So we got some good stuff lined up. What's up, Andy? Happy New Year. Yeah. This is not a neck cam. This is a
That's for his cancer.
I'm going to get the fucking manager. All right, you get the fucking manager. Let's do a show. Comic Tropes.
What's up, Adrian? Where's the baby in a diaper? I ate him for dinner. Figure Drawing, what's up? Happy New Year. Yes, this blood orange is very good. Pete, hello. Straight out of Tampa, a crazy motherfucking named Mike. What's up? Gripe one, can we get some better New Year's songs? We have tons of awesome Christmas time songs, but New Year's is just a shitty old like. Yes, Death Cab for Cutie, they wrote the greatest New Year's song. It's actually called The New Year. Fog City Sam, what's going on? Brunson in the house. Nikki Poo, how are you? All right, so we've said hello to a lot of people. Mr. Collector, was it as boring as Morbius was actually boring? No, it wasn't. I didn't.
Morbius is somewhere in between. No, yeah. Morbius was probably worse than Madam Web, actually, but not as bad as Craven.
I do say this about Morbius: the makeup, when it was practical makeup, it looked really cool. But
yeah, some of that was cool. I like Matt Smith. I'm not a big fan of Jared Leto, but sometimes he is like good. You know, like he was good in Dallas Buyers Club. Like I was like, okay, that was a good performance.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, so yes, we're going to talk about that in a second, John. So trivia tonight. Here's how you play. I'm going to put out some books, and then Chris is going to ask questions, maybe a question based off one of those books. And all you got to do is put the answer in the chat. The first person to answer correctly is going to get credited. You do not get to say you were first. It goes by what's on my screen and my screen only, because this is how it works. Everybody's internet's different. So the only other thing I'll say is make sure your chat is in live or all chat and not top chat. That way you can see the order of things that happen. We're doing 3 book claims. You'll see it in a second. I bring up the camera right here. Chris, what is we're going to award 2 top prizes. I think the fairest way to do it is whoever wins gets to choose which prize they want. And then
I agree.
The number 2 winner gets the one by default. So why don't we show off yours, what you're donating as a prize?
I'm donating something from what we were just talking about. This was the original art I made for the thumbnail on a trash movie bonanza that we released on Friday the 13th about Friday the 13th. So we talked about part 5 and part 8. Some pretty ridiculous ones, but we're both fans. I drew that. It was just used in an actual episode. And hey, it's free. It's a prize tonight. Yeah. Somebody is going to answer the most right. So you could win this, or Dave chose a bunch of comics.
Yes, this is a prize pack of Spider-Man 1, See Todd, Win Todd, a original first volume of The Many Faces of Jack Kirby, and the special edition of the original Crow Trade paperback by James O'Barr, which is an amazing read if you've never read it. And this is how he wanted it, the definitive authors edition.
I have that version. It's really good. Honestly, folks, just to be clear, if like you're the ultimate winner and you choose those books, I ain't going to be offended at all. I promise. If you want this, that would make me happy. But if you want those, I get it, because I would want all of those too. I totally get it. I'm just trying to have fun tonight.
So, and another bonus, Chris has 3 different pieces of artwork that he's done over the past, I'm not sure, year or so, that he's going to be offering for sale at random times.
They're all going to just be 100 when we get to them, and we'll recap that. Maybe they sell, maybe not. It depends. But I just chose 3 pieces that seem to get good responses online. For instance, I've got this Leonardo from behind, a little bit stoic there, but there's some fun texture going on different elements. I'll have I was surprised this one went over so well, but people liked this
Lord
Darth Vader.
Vader's awesome, especially because he's Lord Vader, clearly, like asserting dominance.
Yeah, it's a classic Vader pose, but I went pretty heavy with the blacks on that, and I just realized that my wife drew a tiny little kitten on the back, so there's a little extra.
There we go.
I didn't even realize that. And finally, this was also used on Trash Movie Bonanza. I don't know why I went so nuts with all the detail on this, but I drew a Gamera with like way more detail than would be required for a thumbnail about a trashy movie. But kind of
They're all
cool.
great pieces of art, Chris. So appreciate you bringing those. And
Sweetie
I want to
pie.
before we get started, I want to show something off. Like I said, the Many Faces of Jack Kirby art is going to be in Paul, if basically if you already bought books for me, so if you do buy a piece of artwork, Chris will give it to me and then I'll ship it and you can pay me and I'll just send I'm not taking a cut. Chris is getting all the money, but I can take the payment for it. And if you're just buying a piece of art from Chris, you can hit him up on what would you rather, Instagram or email?
You could, it's probably too hard to like list my email. So yeah, like Comic Tropes on either like Instagram or Twitter or something like that. Just message me if you only buy my art. But if you also buy a comic, you'll have to fill out Dave's little form. Yeah. It's really simple form, folks, but it's just so that he can contact the people that win the claims. So if you get both, like you can just pay Dave and we'll settle things. Don't worry about it.
Yes, if we've never done business before, please fill out the form below for 2 reasons. If you win trivia, I got to have your address to ship to you. If you buy a book, I have to have your contact info to get in contact with you, to bill you, and then send you your stuff. I take Venmo, PayPal, Zelle. You can read everything down below. Now, coming up soon for pre-order will be The Many More Faces of Jack Kirby, my second zine publishing with my buddy Andrew. The tribute to the faces that Jack Kirby drew. We finalized the book. I am getting the test prints. Once they look good and I like them, I'm going to have a pre-order up on westcoastdavengers.com. We're doing 2 versions, a matte and a glossy. For the first 50 people that buy this zine, they're going to get a special gift that I will be showing off very soon in the future, but something that you've never seen before that you're going to love. So, we did our promo. We're going to get started with the sale. Let me answer this question here. What's shipping to Canada? Alberto, depending on what you buy, if you buy a piece of artwork or you buy 10 comics, I just charge whatever it costs me. I've been using UPS lately because of the strike, and they're actually a little bit cheaper than the post office. I'm always happy to do put the value as $1 per book and make sure it's a gift. That way it minimizes your tax and duties, but I only do flat rate to the US, but I will do actual shipping charge to anywhere else in the world.
We're going to find out.
Shut up, Mark. He's bought a lot. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start with the first 3 books. It's going to be claimed by the letter, and then Chris is just going to ask a question. So first book tonight is a big one. Superman number 77, 1952, I believe. 6570. Very high grade for this Golden Age book. The Man Who Went to Krypton. Golden Age books aren't cheap. This one's $250. Let's do a Spider-Man book. All right, we've got Amazing Spider-Man 301, See Todd, Buy Todd, newsstand. That is a VF range copy of the 4th Todd McFarlane Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man book for $30. And then let's do a DC book. Do You Enter the House of Mystery? Issue number 202, Mike Kaluta cover with a devil baby. VF plus, really nice grade on this for $30, which is too cheap. All right, you want to ask the first trivia question?
Can I ask 2? Because I've got I'll just do one at a time.
Yeah, do one at a time. Yeah.
So first of all, I'll start with letter B. That's Amazing Spider-Man issue 301, as Dave just said. Todd McFarlane is doing a direct homage to a previous Spider-Man cover. What cover is he homaging? First one to get that right, I'll make a note of.
Yes, and make sure that you listen when I say, not you, Chris, but People just need to
Steve.
know whoever. There you go. It's the first person that answered that was Steve Vendetta. And once again, you got to fill out the form below if you do win or if you do buy something. It's on my website, westcoastdavengers.com, and you just go down to the middle. You'll find the form. It's pretty easy. Just asks you for your name, shipping address.
And so if people want to claim these, they can just type in claim A, claim B, claim C, that kind of thing, right? So if you guys want these, I'm going to ask one also about that House of Mystery, because I think that this is kind of fun personally. All right.
So let me swap out. I'm going to swap out the Superman book with something else, and we'll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Something that I give me C. All right. Andy's going to take C. You know what? We'll put Andy's name down on there, and then I'll put the next book out.
I've got a question about C if I can.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this first. Uncanny X-Men Executions Book 1. Now, what this is a trade paperback that I picked up in the UK from Box Tree. Here's your Box Tree, and it follows some Jim Lee X-Men. These are not easy to get, and when I bought these, I thought they were newer. And no, this is from 1996 or 95. This is a 30-plus-year-old trade paperback. Nope, it's nearly 30 years old. It's in near mint condition, and it is $40.
That's good. I remember buying that newsstand. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I remember buying. This is my favorite Jim Lee cover, but this follows, I think,
it's iconic.
Yeah, it follows X-Men 268. Let's take a look real quick, and then you could ask the question.
Sure.
Let's see. X-Men 268, and then it goes into, I think, regular Jim Lee X-Men, like the.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's definitely Will's, isn't it?
Yeah, this one is Will's here.
Yep.
But this isn't. Yeah, so a rare trade paperback that you won't see anywhere else, and I just happened to find them in a bookstore. Anyway, okay, so next trivia question, and Son of Union Gap, I got you on this.
All right, so this one's a little tougher. It's about House of Mystery. So that's issue 202, and Sergio Aragonés, you guys probably know him from Gru and stuff. He draws something in that issue. There's only one artist in Mad Magazine who drew more Mad issues than Sergio. What artist illustrated stuff in more Mad magazines than Sergio? Can anyone get that?
I think
I'll give you a small hint. He was like one of the absolute oldest artists, and he only passed away somewhat recently.
All right, so it wasn't Torres.
These are great guesses, but I'm not seeing it yet.
Jack Davis, Matt Drucker.
Nope.
More Drucker.
More. And these were awesome artists. Like Mad had lots of guys that were there for a long time.
There it is, right?
Tony got it.
Yep, Al Jaffe.
I'm gonna write that.
I'm not going to take any points off of spelling. Like we know who you're talking about, so we don't.
If
it was a spelling question, yes, but no.
Shall I ask a question about Uncanny, or do you want to put two more up first?
We're going to put up a couple more books here. Let's do Swamp Thing number 5. See Bernie by Bernie. This is a 6.5 on the 5th Swamp Thing book by Bernie Wrightson and Len Wein. That's 18. And then I've got a Mark Jeweler, Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man number 95, Al Milgrom cover, Cloak and Dagger, and what's that dude's name?
Silvermane.
Yeah, creepy dude. VG Mark Jeweler, and that's going to be 10. You don't have to ask the Mark Jeweler question yet because I've got a lot more.
Fair.
Coming.
Fair.
Yeah.
But I'll start then, and people can start claiming. It looks like somebody did just claim one of them for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start with that X-Men. I've got a question about that. All right, so that one was that issue from that cover takes place on Madripoor, pretty famous location in Marvel continuity. Which of the mutant titles? That's a little bit of a hint. Which of the mutant titles first featured that fictional island nation of Madripoor?
I have like 22 copies of that issue.
Yep, still only 35 cents. Got it fast.
There it is. Congrats, David. By the way, if you don't subscribe to Still Only 35 Cents, I was on his year-end wrap-up show over the weekend. Had a lot of fun. It was me and David and Bronze of Modern Gods, John and Richard, Tales from My Spinner Rack,
Wow.
and a couple other people that names aren't coming to my head right now.
I think that they'll take offense.
Yeah, well, that's okay. They don't watch my channel.
No, I'm just kidding. I've got one about the Swamp Thing, if that's okay.
Sure. Yeah. And I'm going to put the Uncanny X-Men away for now. And we'll put out another book, and then you can ask the question. How about that?
Whatever you want. You're the host.
All right. From my Japan trip comes another Spawn from Dengeki Comics. That's issue number 7 with the Obi. It's in really nice shape, and that is $25. By the way, if anybody needs any copies of New Mutants 31, hit your boy up because he's got a bunch.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah. Yeah, I had a collection that had like 6 copies.
Wow, that one went fast. The Spawn Japan issue.
I got a couple more. Mark, you got B. That says Marsh on it.
The katakana at the top says, I can see Spawn, but I can't quite make out the other characters. I was reading the Japanese under this title of Spawn.
Nick, I got you on this. Okay. You're not asking a Spawn question. Yeah, ask your Swamp Thing question.
All right. Yeah. For Swamp Thing, just generic Swamp Thing question. He's had a bunch of TV shows. How many TV shows has Spawn been the star of? Like it's his show, not like guest appearing on Justice League or something. How many shows has Swamp Thing had?
Yeah, Swamp Thing.
Looking for a number.
My mattress pad is
Still only 35 cents. Got it again.
Jose, what's going on? And yes, everybody said 2 up until David said 3.
He had an animated show. And do you remember that song at all, Dave?
No, I've never seen the animated show.
It's pretty weird. It's like very kid friendly. He's got like all these swamp buddies and stuff like that. It goes like Swamp Thing. It's set literally to the tune of Wild Thing.
Wild Thing, yeah.
Like Swamp Thing.
You all right, what's going on? Old Stuff School. For anybody for anybody new, if you're planning on buying something or playing trivia, just fill out the form below. It gives me your contact info and your shipping address if you win something. PayPal, Zelle, Venmo. If you're buying comics, thank you. If you're buying art from Chris, thank you. Supporting us means you're supporting our channels and our lives and our businesses and our families, even though I don't have one. So.
You have a family.
No, I was born in a swamp, actually.
That makes sense, actually. The smell.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We've got a Critters #1, Fantagraphics, Stan Sakai, Usagi Ojimbo, Steve Galacci. This is a very nice. This is very nice. Near mint copy for $40. It's very nice. And then let's put out a classic. I don't know how this hasn't sold yet, but first appearance of the black costume, Amazing Spider-Man 252 newsstand. And it is approximately a 7.0, so it's a little bit less than a VF, 135.
That's one to have in the collection.
It is. I not have.
Would you call that a major key, or would you call that a minor key?
Yes, I would call that a major key for.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too.
And one more book, and then we'll get to the next trivia question. David, I got you on A. Daredevil #181. Frank Miller, The Death of Elektra. Near mint minus. It's got this weird. This is not a damage. You could see it's just missing some yellow ink there. Hold on. It's white, but I don't know. It's just missing ink from the cover. Near mint minus. 25 American Dole Hires. And David, I got you on Critters.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. You got a question?
Sure. I'll do one about the Daredevil issue that just went up. This is a tougher question, okay? At least I think so. Maybe some people just know it. Oh, people are asking what the grade is on B.
It is a 7.0, Kenneth, approximate. And then, no, David, it's not a color rub. It's just a printing error on that. There's no abrasion on it. There's nothing. It's just like straight up missing yellow. What up, X? Happy New Year, brother. All right.
So this will show if somebody's like a fan of this issue. 181. It features Bullseye's alleged real name. Who knows if that's true or not? What is Bullseye's alleged real name in this comic said to be? First and last name. I don't care about
full name. Middle name doesn't matter.
But full name. Full name.
Full name.
People have time. Phil McCracken.
Joe McCracken.
I'm not sure these are serious answers.
There it is.
He got it. Right? Wait.
No. Ramen.
Excuse me. I love that name, Razor Ramen.
Yeah. Gordon.
Sorry for the
Gordon Shumway.
These are
all right. I got a claim from Kenneth Randall. Kenneth, thank you so much.
Who was the artist on it then? I'm trying to remember because he's like an underrated artist.
It's Ron Friends. It's Friends, but it's
Ron Friends. Yep, Ron Friends.
It's inked by Klaus. It's by Klaus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a guy that I thought, like, growing up, like, I always thought Ron Friends was like an underrated, better than solid artist.
Yeah.
Better than solid.
He is. I'm going to do a couple more books here. First, we've got the Box Tree UK trade paperback of Amazing Spider-Man 301. I believe there's a couple other McFarlane stories in here. It's in your mint condition for $40. And then, once again, I brought that back from the UK, so it's not something you're going to be able to get. And it's from 96. And then we've got Famous Monsters of Filmland 1965 yearbook featuring some Frankenstein, which I'm assuming it's what's his name? Who played Frankenstein?
Boris Karloff.
Thank you, Boris Karloff.
I think so.
And this is in a mid-grade 1965 yearbook, $40. Pete, it wasn't the I'm sorry, it wasn't the typo. It was just that Razor was first, and then you came right after.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was my fault for misspeaking.
This is I'll let you take the blame on that.
I'm kicked off the show.
No, you have to hold on. You just have to sit in timeout.
Now I'm down here.
No, put you back on.
No, hi. Do the Brady Bunch thing. Wave at me, Dave.
All right, so want to ask the next question?
Yeah, let's do one about this Famous Monsters. So this is the Famous Monsters of Filmland. The creator and editor of this magazine, he coined the term sci-fi. He introduced cosplay. Pretty famous in the world of like comic conventions. What's his name? There you go.
Wow, Steve Vendetta came right in with that one. Steve Vendetta.
I guess that's when you either know or you don't.
Yeah. Well, it's like one of those things. Like I would have guessed it because I knew. Like the only thing, if I heard you start saying that question, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, the answer is going to be Forrest J. Ackerman." What If #1, first issue, volume 1, 1977. It's got some staple rust on the back cover, so I have it as a 7.0. Otherwise, it presents beautifully. But $17. Did you watch this season of What If?
I did. I actually finished it last night. A little uneven, I guess, overall as a season. I didn't necessarily care a ton about the two-part finale per se, but there were some really good episodes within that. I loved the Western episode with Shang-Chi and Hawkeye, great. For instance.
And the Mech Avengers.
Which one?
Mech Avengers.
You like that one? I found a little slow, but it was a cool idea, and it was something cool about Hulk. I also want to say, like, I expected to not like the one about Howard the Duck and Darcy. I was like, come on. It was kind of funny.
Fun. Yeah, it was funny.
I kind of liked it. So, yeah, it's a fun show.
All right.
I've got a good question when you have time about the What If.
Okay. All right. So Andy just claimed that. So I'm going to put out 2 more books, and then you can ask the question about What If.
You just tell me when, and you're like pulling the trigger to a gun, and I'm that gun.
Click, click, boom. All right,
I'm that love gun.
I've got a love buzz. Star Slayer #2, the first appearance of Dave Stevens,
Oh.
a Rocketeer. I have this as a VF plus. That'll be 15, and then one of the greatest covers of all time by one of the greatest artists of all time. We have Electro Assassin #1, Bill Sienkiewicz, a VF plus, $6, and David, $30 for that famous Monsters. It's yours, my friend.
Dude, that's a good price on that Electra. That is a great book.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so cool.
Oh, yeah. You don't
Star
like that,
Slayer's underrated. If people don't know Star Slayer, like that was just fun. Like sort of not quite Star Wars, but it was still like space fantasy stuff.
Yeah, and it's Mike Grell doing, he's
it's Mike Grell having fun.
Yeah, that's what it is, and he's a great artist.
He is. Local guy too. He's always at the conventions we go to.
Right. All right, so you want to ask the what if question, and then I'll take that book off.
Yeah, I'll do the what if question. Folks, that story there, what if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four? It actually got a sequel story. And but by the very end of this, what if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four, one of those 5 people leaves the team. Which member leaves the team? Yes, Dave.
Connor, yes, I do. I just charge whatever the shipping costs me. Yeah, but I ship everywhere. Thing, Johnny. All right, we've got 2 down, but nothing right.
2 out of 5 down.
Yeah, you got to make one guess. You can't.
Nope, Derek got it.
No, Steve got it.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so
let me
stop.
call it. Yeah, let me call it.
I was getting excited. You're right, folks, and I'm creating confusion. My apologies, because I just realized that as I see comments, they change position.
Yeah, it does that sometimes.
My apologies.
Where like the internet doesn't understand what's going on, and then I usually just wait and see who won. Sorry, Derek. It's
no, and I'm sorry too, folks. For my first time sort of guesting on somebody else's, I'm used to like getting it. So I'll just shut up and let Dave call the winners.
I'm the winner. Game over.
Dave calls himself the winner.
All right, let's do another Spidey book. How about Amazing Spider-Man #64? I think this is like first appearance of another Vulture. I don't know. Oh, it is. Okay. This is a 4
and it has an awesome shot of like Spider-Man falling, like really cool perspective. I remember.
45250, $45. Derek, Daryl, you're a little slow for Sue. All right, Son of Union Gap's going to take the Electro Assassin.
I'll go back to calling the winners, and I'll just like say, "Oh yeah, Son of Union Gap got it." Just create utter confusion and chaos on your show. What if I was just here to create chaos?
It wouldn't be much different than why I'm here.
I'm here to take out other YouTubers as compared to collaborate.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you've gotten your 250,000 subscribers. You just go.
Oh, the off-color jokes I could make, but I won't because I like being nice.
Oh, well, here's me being nice. Strange Tales #157, which is a cameo appearance of the Living Tribunal in a 7.0. Really nice grade on this book. Jim Steranko goodness. And the last page is so sublime. $30 on A. 12 on B. Ramen. Done. Well,
isn't it amazing, Dave, like the outsized impact Jim Steranko had on comics when you consider he didn't draw that many issues altogether?
Yeah. I mean, he's has some full issues, and he's got some, stories in half issues, and like without him, who knows, certain designs wouldn't exist in comics.
He elevated the overall quality of what we the readers expected. Yeah. What else you got?
Let's do another DC book, a little Bernie Wrightson in action. How about a House of Mystery issue #204 with this disgusting Bernie Wrightson fun
Oh,
little
yeah.
monster alien thing. It's got eyes and claws and more eyes and tentacles, and it's hentai before hentai existed. I have this as a VF minus for $18.
I love
Yes.
the I don't know, the roundness and like the just like Bernie Wrightson's art. It just feels very tangible to me. It feels very like round and real and like you could grab it. Wow, a lot of people want that one.
Yeah, it's a good one. I have a copy of my PC, so I was like, all right, I'll pull this one out for sale since I had an extra copy, and it's going to Ralph. Thank you, Ralph.
Hey, just real quick, a question for you. Have you ever come across that Frankenstein book that Bernie Wrightson illustrated?
I have the Marvel paperback of it. That was
Do you
done
really?
yeah, in like the late 70s, early 80s, whenever it was.
I've never seen it in person.
Oh well, next time we can take a look at it. I actually did a flip through of it with my buddy Dave Correa on the channel. I can also send you that, but not as cool as seeing it in person. Okay, two things. Do we have a question for any of these books?
Yeah, I could do a question for Strange Tales real quick, since we were talking about Jim Steranko.
Mm-hmm.
Before Steranko became a comic book illustrator, he had a job as a performer. What kind of a job was that? What kind of a job?
I don't know if I know the answer to this. Let me look.
Really? Okay, it's pretty out there. Yep, I'm thinking I'm seeing it. We'll see.
Okay, yes, magician. Yes, and the first person would be Stand Up Dan. Dan, congratulations. That's right. It was a magician / escape artist. I would have taken either of them.
Either of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that wild? That's what he studied as first.
Car thief. Puppeteer. So you know what? Why don't we give a moment to you? Oh, Adam K. Adam, what's K? There's no K. It's ABC. You're just making letters up, Adam. Just causing chaos, aren't you? K for chaos.
I think that's the job he had. Maybe that's his answer to the trivia question.
It was a K.
It was the letter K.
He was a hold on.
He was potassium.
Yes, he was potassium.
He was potassium. Yeah, should I put up a piece of art?
Yes. Why don't we give you a chance to sell? So what do we got here, Chris?
All right, so it's $100, and if you want to claim it, just you can type a description of what it is or something like that. Ready? I'm gonna put up this one, Darth, if you want it.
Jay, I got you on the Spider-Man for 40. It's yours.
And that's inked primarily with brush pens and a few technical pens.
And there it is. Razor Ramen took the Vader right away.
Yeah.
I told you that would
that's
sell.
Awesome.
I told you that.
Thanks, Razor.
Yeah. Adam said that was his cat starting the chaos. So just write Razor Ramen on it on a little post-it, and I will grab that from you because he already bought books for me. So I'll ship it to him and we'll get you paid for it.
That sounds easy.
Yes.
Thanks, Razor Ramen. I hope you love it.
Good grab, Paul. All right, let's Chris, can you
I will definitely sign it. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll leave the Strange Tales up. Let me show you how badass this last page is. Look at that. Look at that splash page of the Living Tribunal. Fully formed for the most part.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm going to leave this up. I'll put up 2 other books, and then we'll do another trivia question. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. We got Walt Disney Comics number 379, Donald Duck in Southern Hospitality. This is 7.5 to an 8.0. Really nice grade. I don't know if this is a Barks, but it probably is because it's Scrooge and it's 1950 something.
Probably.
Really nice condition. 7.5 to an 8.0. $45. I believe it's 59. 1959. And then let's do a DC. Batman number 332, which is the first solo story of Catwoman. It is a Mark Jeweler, and it is a VG for $20. So sorry, got here late. Did you already throw up the Elfland? Did I have an Elfland? I think I had an Elfland. What book was that in the preview that you saw? Oh, you mean the Charles Vest book? No, I didn't throw it up yet. But I can soon. Yes, very soon, Josh. And if you're new here and we haven't done business, please fill out the form on my website. You can find the link in the description below, westcoastdavengers.com. Gives me your shipping address and your contact information. That way I can bill you and then I can ship to you. Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, friends and family only, no exceptions. I pay my taxes. I don't need to pay the payment services. And that is my spiel on everything. Chris, do you have Tony? I got you on C. Chris, do you have a question you'd like to ask on?
Sure.
Something?
I could do a Mark Jewelers question, I guess.
Yeah.
So I bet a lot of you have come across the term Mark Jewelers if we're talking about variants and collecting and stuff. But Mark Jewelers specifically advertised and made products for a specific career path. And I'll call it a government career path, technically. What career am I talking about? Who was it aimed at? Who did they make jewelry for?
And
Yep.
Dan is the first right up there. Military.
Wow. You've got a very smart audience.
I do. I've trained them well. I mean, that's the thing. I don't have the audience size that you do, or, kayfabe or Comic Tom or anything. I've got that cult following, which I kind of love. And
You built it.
yeah, and that's the kind of people I like. People that are just like, they know they're weird shit. Your
Like
weird shit. You know more than
Speaking of weird shit, though, I like the answer from Tacoma Comics.
Let's see.
You
what
got very specific.
Maybe proctologists. Yeah, well, where else are you going to hide the ring when they capture you?
Yeah.
You
Use your prison wallet.
IRS workers, comptrollers, female body inspectors. Hey, Ryan, I hope you're doing well,
I
brother.
like your audience.
Yeah, I and let's give a big shout out right here to Mr. Joe Scar, the editor, the designer of all the things on both of my channels, my brother. We met at a garage sale in like Shoreline or something. I am the MJ King. That is true. That is true. Cantonese Comic Kid, what's up? You wore this uncomfortable hunk of metal up his ass for 5 years. I can't do it. I can't do a whatchamacallit, a walk-in. Let's do another Mark Julian.
This uncomfortable hunk of metal up his ass for 5 years.
Mark, it's a 7-0. 7-0. And then Greg M is going to take B, so let's take that off the board here. Greg M, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. By the way, a little just schedule notation. We are Thursday, January 2nd. I'll be returning to full claim sale. There's going to only be one this month due to my travels to Florida. Wednesday, January 15th, full claim sale, 5 hours, the whole thing, the wall, everything. But let's go here real quick. New Mutants number 23, VF range, Sankwitz, Mark Jewelers. $15, and then one last UK trade paperback. Now we've got the ASM 298, C. Todd by Todd, Box Tree, 1997. You can see the date right there in the corner box, near mint from the UK, $40. March 25, sold. Thank you, Nico. Got you on the New Mutants. Figured you would be here tonight. Glad you are. Do we have any? We don't have any questions on this stuff, right? We can.
Not really.
We can move along.
But I will just say real quick, I'm always amused at like when people try to create new villains for long-running characters and then they just don't take off. It's like, oh yeah, Chance.
But he
right up there with Killer Shrike.
He turned out to be a good guy, though. The next issue, he worked with Spider-Man. Yeah. He's an interesting character. He's like James Bond with technology. Oh, yeah.
No, I love that era. It's just sort of funny that like other writers don't decide like, oh, I want to use that too.
Well, Michelini must have not liked Todd or was fucking with him because like, look at what happens. Yeah, they didn't. I mean, he gives him Mysterio and he gives him Lizard, but then he gives him Justin Hammer and Whiplash and Rhino. Like, why there was no Doc Ock story that Todd?
There's something like Stick and Stone or Sticks and Stone.
It was Sticks and Stone. It was
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
Comic Kid.
Yeah. Let's do that hardcover, and let's do. I threw in some Love and Rockets tonight, so let's do this one. Great cover of Rena, Love and Rockets issue number 15, near mint minus Los Bros. That's going to be 20, and then here's a really cool first appearance of Chance. That's right. Ape Tit, Ape Tit for 200, Trebek.
Ape Tit for 200, Trebek.
All right, so let me show this off. This is The Horns of Elfland, a hardcover book. This is the signed and numbered edition by Charles Vess, Reagan Reeves, and Robert K. Wiener. It is a prose and obviously art by the great Charles Vess, and then it goes straight into comics. Absolutely beautiful book from it's signed, numbered out of 500 copies, 222 out of 500, from 1979, friends. $115. Good luck finding another copy of this anywhere. All right, Son of Union Gap's going to take the Todd trade.
I've definitely got a question about that one.
All right, before you ask it, let me just
Yeah.
put out one more here. All right, let's do a Conan, not the librarian. Conan the Barbarian, number 11. Barry Smith, before he was the Windsor Man. VF 25. All right, Josh, I got you on this. And Chris, ask a question. Thank you very much, Josh.
Which Spider-Man title did Charles Vess draw the first issue of?
It will be out tonight. It will be out tonight. Cantonese, I am not. I will be at OAX and not MegaCon.
I hope that's fun.
I'm excited for it. All right, we got nope. Steve Vendetta's the first one. It did that thing where it popped up again.
That's why I shut up.
David, I do have more Love and Rockets tonight. If you are looking for Love and Rockets, I think you said you are. You should send me a list because I have nearly a complete first volume run, minus a few issues which I've already sold.
I'm looking for one. I want that cover of them playing
24?
like, yeah.
Yep. I've had that before. Every time it sells. Next time I find one,
that's what
I'll
want.
let you know. Yes, it was Web of Spider-Man number 1. And okay, here we go. So Josh, thank you for that. And did anybody? No, nobody cleaned.
Congratulations to all you guys. These are some really fun books.
Well, I try. If I don't bring fun books, then everybody's bored.
They're awesome.
And then if they're bored, I'm just like,
no, this is good variety. This is good variety too. It's not all Turok number 1.
No, it isn't. It should be, but it's not. Here's one that you don't see that often. I'm not super familiar with this cover until I saw it. 1987 brings Sergeant Rock number 419 with this badass Joe Kubert Sergeant Rock bullet holes in the swastika cover. It's a newsstand. It's near mint, and it's $10. Bill, I got you on the Conan.
Was that in the 80s that one came out?
87. Yeah.
Boy, Joe Kubert did not slow down.
No. Tyler, nice one. Joe Kubert's art kind of stayed awesome for 60 years. You know, like I remember seeing his work when I was a kid, probably on, Punisher cover or something like that, when he was doing some stuff with his sons. And I got a collection this past summer with a lot of old war books from DC that he did. And his art never wavers. Never wavers.
No,
it's always
he was
awesome.
so consistent. Like, no wonder he started like a school and stuff like that. And his sons both great artists, actually, and now his like granddaughters and stuff.
Yeah, well,
they're all like in comics.
Yeah, isn't she a public editor? Too?
There's a couple. There's Katie and
Emma.
Emma.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Sam? Turok ones, those are under lock and key, Daryl. I'm sorry. Yes, Tarzan stuff is insane. Believe it or not, I actually have a copy of the first Tor. I think that first appearance of Tor, 1000 BC or 1 million BC. I've got a bunch of old Kubert stuff. All right, let's swap some books out. Let's do this. And we're going to take off the Love and Rockets. We'll do this. And we'll do this. Oh, actually, Tyler bought that. So it's good. There's more Love and Rockets. Don't worry. I know that everybody's worried right now. Don't worry. Be worried. Okay. Hold on. Bonus trivia question that I was not even going to ask. Don't worry. Be worry is a catchphrase from what Image comic book written by two of the funniest people ever, or created by the two of the funniest people ever? Let's see.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a bonus. This wasn't planned.
Bonus.
Bonus. All right, let me put out some books while people are thinking about it. No, it's not the Max. You only get one guess, by the way. You can't guess more than once. That's there we go. Steve Vendetta. Sex Criminals.
There it is. Nice.
Chip Zdarsky and Matt Fraction.
I'll write it down.
All right. Here we go. We have got X-Men Annual number 14, Arthur Adams, Chris Claremont, and the technically first appearance of Gambit, near mint minus $40. We've got, there's a thick boy. We've got three thick boys coming out from the, this is a IDW exclusive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 40th anniversary celebration. Variant cover by Steve Levine. It is signed and doodled by Steve Levine there. Purchased directly from Steve Levine. Near mint. Reprints Turtles number 1 and a couple other things. $50. And then finally, we've got House of Mystery issue number 224, one of the 100-page thick boy spectaculars. It is a VF minus, but presents a little bit nicer. $30. Chris,
I love that era.
You have Love and Rockets 12 and 4. He's willing to send you. There you go.
The most important thing to me is just that, like, the cover's in really good shape, because that's just one I want to sort of like look at. So,
well, it's that.
Yeah,
I'm the greatest cover image.
I'll get in touch.
All right. I'll connect.
I love this era, by the way, though, of like when prices were increasing, and so like DC was like, we're going to add a bunch of pages, even though we're increasing the price, and hopefully that's still a great value for everybody.
Yeah, it's Mark Wade collects these. Actually, sent him a couple that he needed.
Fun. Yeah.
I did not see the Deadpool Wolverine number 1 yet. I haven't been to the comic store to see.
I haven't either yet.
I will say this: I did actually get a copy of that. What if Galactus transformed the Hulk? Might be one of the worst comics I've ever read, story-wise. Art-wise, it's good. But
I've got a trivia whenever you're ready.
All right. Yeah, ask one.
Since we've got that 40th anniversary Turtles there, this is for Turtles fans. Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird financed the first printing of Ninja Turtles with a tax refund and a loan from an uncle. What was the uncle's name? First and last.
All right. Once again, Phil McCracken. Uncle Quentin. We can accept Uncle Quentin.
All right. You're the boss.
Yeah, we can accept it because, it's his last name's Eastman, Yeah. Bill got it. He came back.
He still got it. Still got it.
I bought the Miller cover and I bought the Stephen Platt cover, and I read it today. The art's nice in that What If Hulk. The story's just like the dialogue's just shit. It's just shit. Yeah. I feel very I feel like it was written for a child.
Aww.
Yeah. Wow, nobody's gonna take the Steve Levine. All right, I'll just I'll go fuck myself. All right, let's do this.
Folks, it's remarked. You didn't point out, I mean, maybe they can see it, but it is remarked. You said it was signed, but you didn't mention. Look at that. It's got a remark, people.
I wish Frank Miller would have wrote it. And I got the Stephen Platt cover, which is badass. But anywho, Love and Rockets number 3, first print, VF, $45. Let's get this off the board and get this. Happy New Year to you, Yevgeny, my friend. Great artist.
That is so bizarre how Love and Rockets like started with superheroes in it.
I know it is. How bizarre! How bizarre! All right, let's
Thank you for the cameo of Backwards Man there. That was awesome.
Backwards Man, the backwards man, the backwards man, he's the backwards man. Daddy, would you like some sausage? Okay. New Mutants Special Edition #1, all Art Adams, one of the coolest issues of all time. Wraparound cover, near mint, $10, and then let's do a set right here. If you've never owned and you've never read Marvel Comics Presents Weapon X, we've got all of the issues, 72 through 84. 72 is a VF plus. 70, they're VF plus to near mint, all of them. I've got the set for 125. Right there, the whole set.
That is so cool. Great story.
It is. A lot of modern comic story and dialogue is bad. I don't disagree with you, Chris, especially superhero stuff. I think the indie stuff is better, dialogue-wise. It's just me. I don't know. What's your take, Chris?
Well, I guess I feel like every single era literally does have a bunch of good stuff and a bunch of bad stuff. And what happens is in our memories, it's so easy to forget the average and even some of the bad stuff. It's really easy to forget the average stuff. So I have like a really fond memory of the 80s, but the bigger I dig back into my childhood and go into 80s books, I was like, no, wait, there actually was a hell of a lot of average crap in the middle. So that's all I sort of feel like.
I didn't mean to agree completely with Chris said. I was just talking about modern comics. I actually think most of the superhero stuff in the 80s is garbage written wise. And then you get to the Miller Moore and it changes everything. I think the 2000s is actually the best. The early 2000s is superhero I'm just talking about.
That's fair. You know, people are entitled to their opinions there. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. That's the whole point of opinions, right? We're entitled to them.
Yes. We've come down with a solid answer. Yes. Up till now, for thousands of years, humanity has raged. Are we entitled to our opinions? Tonight, we've settled it.
We have. All right. David's got I have a trivia question for the chat. What was Barry Windsor Smith's first published Marvel work?
Shoot. I used to know this.
I think
because I don't think it was Conan.
No, it was X-Men. I believe it was X-Men. I think it was X-Men. I think you might be right on the right track, Bill, but I don't know if it's 59. X-Men 85. 85 was a reprint.
Yeah.
Strange Tales 151 might be. Strange Tales.
That sounds more correct to me, but I don't remember right now. It feels like it's like I hate when I can't remember something.
X-Men 53.
You think?
No, yeah. I knew it was an X-Men book. I just couldn't remember. No one has it yet. Okay, I guess not.
No one has it yet.
70s peak writing is Claremont Monk. I mean, yeah, those guys are great, Mantlo, Gerber.
I would have looked it up when I did my episode I did one about Barry Windsor Smith's work in like Weapon X, and I did a deep dive on Monsters, but I can't remember right now.
Monsters.
It was in the 60s, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do 3 new books here, and we're gonna keep going. If David, I don't know what the answer is, but if nobody got it yet, let the people know. All right, here we go. Let's do some Vampirella boobs. We've got Vampirella #2, Harris Comics. Adam Hughes cover, near mint, $20. We'll make us a Vampirella sandwich. Spawn #6, Dengeki Comics from Japan. No OB strip, but in beautiful condition. That's going to be $15. And then Vampirella #1 from Harris Comics. Yes, that famous Adam Hughes cover, near mint. The art for this sold a couple months ago, I think, for some record-breaking amount, like $70,000 or something crazy. $20 near mint on C. All right, Dustin, Mr. Swizzy is going to take A. Greg is going to take B. Do you have a question on any of these?
Yeah.
I do not have the Comic Tropes Vampirella variant. I've never even seen it in person.
You haven't?
No.
Some fan you are.
Oh,
Never
look at
claimed to
this.
be a fan, don't worry.
Look at this. David's
Hannah,
telling us
yes!
that UK knowledge.
I remember that. As soon as you say that, like, yes. And because he did one of like Thor and I forget the other. He did a couple pinups.
Well,
Yeah. Yep.
David is from the UK,
By the way,
so he's got that
First
knowledge.
of all, just real quick, remember when Atlas Comics was formed in the 70s and they tried to like come up with their own knockoff of Vampirella?
Devilina. So bad.
She lasted, I think, like 2, maybe 3 issues of their magazine. They were giving these away at New York Comic Con.
Amazing.
Atlas is
that's
back,
right.
baby.
That's right. You know what? All right.
I do have a trivia question, though.
UXM 53 was his first American. Okay. All right. No
That
more
makes
variants. Let's get a trivia question from Chris.
All right, just real quick. Spawn, all right? Which level of hell do the hell spawns live on in the Spawn mythology?
Clearly,
what level
the
of
answer
hell
is,
do hell spawns inhabit?
Clearly, the answer is New Jersey.
I laugh to throw people off. Of course, that's right.
We got 6th, 9th, 7th, 10th, 13th, but nobody got it right yet, right?
Now,
I know the answer to this.
you
Florida's,
do? Okay.
that's another level of hell, Greg. Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Ninth,
there's many levels of hell.
Jerome Hernandez gets it.
Yep, that's it.
8th level of hell.
Canonically, that's where the hell spawns live.
Yes. We can only go canonically. Otherwise, we're just in hell ourselves. All right. This I didn't put. Oh, yeah, I did put this in the preview. Let's do that, and let's do this. Okay. We got something big. We've got Bill Sankiewicz, the Undead portfolio, print portfolio, Vampires 2 from Blackthorn Publishing. In 1985, it comes with there's 1,500 copies. The first one is signed right here. Plate number 1, we'll just flip through this real quick. Plate number 2, number 3. I mean, you can't ask for much more than Stankwitz, Vampires. Number 5 and number 6, which is the cover. You get the folio, you get the signed print. It's numbered. It's in beautiful shape.
That's so cool.
You can get them all framed. You could put them in a like a little Itoya portfolio, or you can shine them up real nice and shove them directly up your ass. And that's going to be $75. And then on B, we're going to put out Captain America issue number 112, Kirby Goodness, 8.5 approximate grade, $55. And then
Nice.
After we do this, Chris, you can show your next piece of art. We'll see if anybody claims this, but all right. David's going to take, thank you, David, the Sankiewicz. Thank you.
Nice.
All right, what do you
I've never seen that before. That is so cool.
Yeah, I've had it for a long time, and I was just like, I'm moving some stuff out, trying to clear up some space.
I like it though.
And I don't know what I'm going to do at OAX, so I should probably prepare myself to buy some original art in a couple weeks. All right, what do you got for us, buddy?
I'm gonna put up the Gamera that I did for Trash Movie Bonanza. Let me see if I can center this and get some of the. Yeah, there. So, if you're a fan of kaiju, if you're a fan of mine, if you're just a fan of crazy inking techniques, there we go. It's $100. Just, can either say that you want it or type Gamera or Comic Tropes, something like that.
It's amazing.
I had a blast drawing this ridiculous character. I like Gamera. His arms and legs pull into his turtle shell, and he gets, what do you call it, like jet propulsion.
Do you think that he's turtle enough for the Turtle Club? Turtle.
Yeah. Somebody likes my comically large zipper.
Yeah, Tyler, first time I saw that in person, I was laughing really hard.
That's pretty silly, but I love it. All right.
All right.
Might have to just put that one back on the stack.
Yeah, and maybe we'll show them
Next
again
time.
later.
I don't
Derek
expect
said-
tons of Gamera fans to be out there. I just liked the inking on it. All right. Thank
Derek
you for the
said,
compliments.
Chris, I'm
That's
a
very
big
kind
fan
of
of Teddy Fresh, and I love seeing you wear your Teddy Fresh often. So,
you. That's kind of you.
what's going on, Kate? Kate's in the house. All right, we're gonna do 3 books here.
Let's
First
do 3
is
books.
A Blast from the Past, which anybody that's probably over the age of 30 is gonna remember this. MTV's The Head trade paperback. It's a little banged up. I'll show you what's cool about this. What's H3? I don't know what H3 is.
It's a podcast.
Oh, okay. Here's the cover that opens up. This is the
I
trade
had-
paper written by the
I've
creators.
never seen this before.
Yeah, I got it in a collection a couple weeks ago, and it just kind of popped out at me because obviously I remember watching this.
Yeah.
So a VF range, it's long out of print. It's $15. MTV Oddities. There we go. We've got
That is
Green
so
Lantern issue number 201, the first appearance of Kilowog. It is a Mark Jeweler variant. It's a little beat up. It's a VG, but it is a pretty big key. And it's a Mark Jeweler, $35. And then finally, we've got Love and Rockets issue number 4 in a VF, first print, for 30 American dollars cash. All right, Joshy, I got you on this. Thank you. Josh, you want to hit breakfast tomorrow? Anybody actually in the Seattle, Tacoma area want to hit breakfast tomorrow? Literally, I mean, there's a bunch of you in the chat, and there's another one of you right above me.
Dave, who published the MTV one?
Oh, sorry.
The Head. Who published it?
It might have actually been MTV. MTV Books and Pocket Books, yeah. They had a publishing
That's
company for a
interesting.
while.
Huh.
They were
Yeah.
They published, like, when they started their publishing company, I believe, is when the first Beavis and Butthead book came out, which it wasn't Hooray for Hollywood, but it was one of those books that came out as a compendium to the show. What
That
up,
could have been
Trip?
good trivia.
Yeah. Foot Soldier, Dakota. All
That's
right,
an 83 fan.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're
Let me-
talking about there.
Let me put one more book out, and then you can ask a trivia question. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
That would be funny if it didn't. You're like, nah, fuck it.
See ya. I just walk away. I don't even say anything. I just
Yeah,
walk
yeah.
away.
You don't click off. You just walk away.
Yeah.
Got a copy of Marvel Spotlight number 1, first appearance of the second Red Wolf, and an 8085 beautiful copy, $40. I sold a really high grade copy of this. I believe it was to David, but this one's is still an 8085.
Yeah.
And what do we got?
Good character, actually. Pretty good
Mhm.
character. Hasn't been used tons and tons in Marvel, but good idea.
Yeah,
Maybe needs a little bit of an update for his outfit, but it's a good idea.
probably. But at least the name's not racist. Yeah. It could be worse.
It could be worse.
Yeah, could be worse.
It could have been worse.
Anyway, what's your trivia question?
Well, I'll ask one about Red Wolf in a sense. In a sense, it's more about Marvel. So that's I'm pretty sure that is the first comic where they had a Native American superhero like starring as the titular hero. But they did 4 years before that issue came out, Lee and Kirby had created a Native American character who frequently appeared in Fantastic Four. Which character am I talking about?
All right, I know the answer to this, so I'll
Pretty
see
prominent
where-
Native American character in Marvel.
It's funny. I didn't know this character was. Oh, there you go. Bill McGovern got it first and foremost.
I'll make a note.
Kenneth, email. You have my email address because I think I've emailed you before, but yes. And no, Jacob, it has not. I can get it out next. 110 on the Weapon X collection, Daniel Goodwin. That's Daniel Goodwin. You got yourself a deal. You've got yourself a deal. You offered me the money and I said okay. 110.
It's a nice collection to have. Great story. Great
Oh,
art.
It's funny. I talked with Jim Rugg about this earlier this summer. I remember that was like the first Weapon X was the first event book that I remember people talking about like 3 months before it ever came out. And I don't remember how everybody knew it was coming out. Like they must have teased it with advertising in stores a lot.
And so back then, you're right. Like, first of all, no internet. And there wasn't anything like, say, even Wizard magazine. We had sometimes like some comic book magazines. We had things like Overstreet Price Guide. But publishers still did get the solicitation copy, and Wolverine was definitely like super popular. So the idea of having a story that was advertised as giving some of Wolverine's origin was a big deal, and comic book stores were the ones that were really like mentioning it and talking about it back then. Yeah, Marvel Age was like sort of a thing that they talked about. So I definitely remember, like, for instance, I was in Massachusetts. There's a quick story. Yeah. In Massachusetts, we have a chain of comic book stores called New England Comics, and they made their own newsletter every month that would like show back issues, show upcoming stuff, and they'd have tiny little articles. And I remember them talking about how this would probably be a big deal.
I just remembered, and I just remembered like people knowing about it and being stoked because it was Wolverine's origin or whatever, which it was his origin veiled. There still was a lot of mystery to it, and that's why it was so good.
Yeah, that's why it's so good. Is it like only gives you a little, like a taste, as compared to something like Origins that like tried to spell out what his whole origin was, and you kind of like, well, whatever. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's like not special anymore.
Yeah, that NEC newsletter had the first tick. Yeah, very.
It might have been issue 14 or something. Yeah, that's where I grew up, and I got to know not like friends, but I met Ben Edlund several times growing up, and like got my Tick comic signed and stuff, and got to talk to him, and it was so exciting to see somebody from like a town over like starting to make it in entertainment. It was very inspiring.
I'll still stand by the Tick, not just the cartoon, but the book is maybe the funniest comic I've ever read, like that, or the funniest superhero comic I've ever read. That whole run is just like laugh out loud funny while you're reading it.
Yeah, it's great.
Derek, soon you'll be able to retire. All right, let's do a couple of new books here. We got Grimm's Ghost Stories issue number 8 from Gold Key, Mark Jeweler variant. That's a VG for 15. We've got this really cool hardcover, which I'll show off in a second. We've got Uncanny X-Men number 256, Mark Jeweler, Psylocke, Jimothy Lee, VF minus $50. And then let's show this off. Harlan Ellison's Dream Corridor, Volume 1, hardcover book. This is a limited edition. Yes, friends. You guessed it. I'm going to show it off, but it is signed by the late, great Harlan Ellison. I'm going to try not to show the publisher.
Mr. Congeniality.
There it is. Signed out of 750 copies. It is a beautiful book in beautiful shape.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for the beautiful price of 75 macaroonies. All right, let's get the claims, and then you have a trivia question, right?
I've got 2 potential ones.
All right, ask the other one.
All right. So for X-Men, for Uncanny X-Men, that issue 256, that features Psylocke as an Asian now. She was originally a white lady from Great Britain.
England. Yeah.
England. The X-Men had passed through a magical device that changed them, especially Psylocke. What was the magical device called? What was that magical device that they passed through called?
Magic hats.
They just put on a nice little crown and came out.
Oh, my bad. First one that came through was Josh Garner, because everything gets pushed up. Sorry about that, David, but Josh Garner was the first correct answer with the Siege Perilist.
Noted.
Siege Perilist. All right, so we got 2 claims here. We got these 2 are gone. The plot device.
Very nice.
All right.
The plot device.
You got to say it like Borat.
Nice. Very nice. My wife. Wah wah wee wah. I can't believe that we still talk like that. But yeah.
Okay. Lone Wolf and Cub #1, first issue. Kazui Koike and Gozeki Kojima with a Frank Miller cover. 9496 for $20. Very, very high grade. And then C Todd by Todd, C Greg by Greg. Spawn #126, VF Plus, low print run, $15.
I love Lone Wolf and Cub. It's so entertaining.
Yeah, I read it a long time ago. I probably do for a reread.
Ever watch any of the TV shows or movies?
No, I've never seen any of it.
They're very good. Like they're all like, I like all of them. There was one that was only about I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. It's pretty good. I like the original better, but even the movies are great.
Who was in the 80s one? Was it like James Remar or somebody like that?
Oh no. These are all Japanese movies.
Okay.
And right. TV shows. James Remar did star though as what's his name in Mortal Kombat, the Lightning God.
Yeah, Raiden. the second movie starred as Raiden.
Yeah.
And Christopher Lambert, even though Raiden is very much not a white man from Canada or a white man from, but I always loved, me and my friend used to quote the line in Mortal Kombat, "Where do they take you? To the Emperor's castle."
The Emperor's castle.
Yeah,
sometimes Christopher Lambert sounded like Ren from Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Deadliest of enemies, yet slaves under Shang Tsung's power.
4 people got that while I was trying to figure out how to spell Siege Perilous. It's going to happen that way.
Nice to avoid it.
All right, let's do another book. Fantastic Four #41. Beautiful Kirby.
Oh, cool.
8085 and the third appearance of the Frightful Four. Very high grade for a book this old. And then we've got the Richard Corbin Eerie issue #90. Not much to say about it other than Richard Corbin. VF for $10.
I mean, you know me and Paste Pop Pete, so that Fantastic Four looks mighty appetizing.
All right, first claim on B is going to be Dan from Mr. Stand Up Dan.
That's a good value.
Yeah, it is. I knew this would go. I mean, I wasn't going to try and charge a lot for it. There's no point. All right, nobody likes Harlan Ellison. That's okay. He doesn't like you, which is probably a fact, even though he's dead.
Can I ask a quick trivia question about the Eerie, though?
Please do. Oh, yeah. Sorry. You can still ask it. It doesn't need to be on.
Yeah, I'll just ask it, folks. Eerie. Cool horror magazine. Congrats for getting that. But that was an interesting situation where Warren Publications had to, they didn't have to, but they rushed out an ash can of the first issue just to get the name rights, locked in. Because there was another publisher called Eerie Publications, and they were like, no, we want that title. Anyway, so issue 2 was technically the first issue that they put on stands that were for everybody. The godfather of fantasy art painted that cover. Who was that? Who painted issue 2?
And then after we get the answer here, why don't we see who's in the lead? I mean, it's going to be one of 2 or 3 people. All right, Stand Up Dan. First answer, Frank Frazetta.
Sure, I'll do a tally. Give me a sec.
Okay. All right. Everybody's got the answer, Frank Frazetta, but Dan was first. Let me show 2 more books here. From my Japan trip comes Heroes Reborn #5 with the Obi strip. Rob Liefeld doing the Captain America art. Jim Lee doing Fantastic Four. Rob Liefeld doing the Avengers, and then Will Sportasio doing Iron Man. That's going to be $30. And then Uncanny X-Men 222, 9.2 approximate grade, newsstand, classic Silvestri, $20. That is probably, I love Frank Miller's Scrooge McDuck cover. I love it.
Yeah, there's one person that is in the lead, only by 2, but yeah, one person.
Who's that? Is it Vendetta?
Yeah, Steve Vendetta has 5 right now. And then Stand Up Records has 3. And then there's a couple people that have 2.
Okay, so that's good. That means
So there's still like a chance, depending on what we put up tonight and what kind of stuff we ask.
Sure. I'm going to leave these up for a second. I'm going to ask one of the questions that I wrote.
I would love this.
Because it was based off of the Eerie Richard Corbin magazine. So it's a Richard Corbin question. In 1970, Richard Corbin published his own fanzine, which would later be published by Last Gasp. What was it called? I have a copy of it, and I love it. Richard Corbin.
That's a deep poll. That's a deep poll.
Yeah. I mean, and the first person to answer it was Dan. Sorry, when I go to
a lot
click
of people
it,
are fans.
Yeah.
That's what's cool right now is seeing that a bunch of people do know.
Yeah, they're fans. They like their comics. I love an audience that loves the comics.
I know.
Right.
So
So
nice.
Dan, sorry, when I went to click on Dan's name, a bunch of answers got pushed up and it clicked on the wrong name.
So who was the winner?
Stand Up Records. Stand Up.
Okay, wow. Then he's just narrowed the gap.
All right, let me do a couple other books here. Here we go. So somebody wants these. I mean, auto-corrected. You got auto-corrected. Fantagor, I love it. Okay, here we go. Acme Novelty Library, number 10. Chris Ware, Chicago, near mint. $15. 19. Who the hell knows what year this is from? Probably late 90s, early 2000s. What if number 31? What if Wolverine had killed Hulk? VF Plus near mint. $15. And then Famous Monsters issue number 124 with this great Dracula cover. It's a VF minus. $10. All right. Josh is going to claim the Acme. Josh Garner. Yeah, David, it goes off of my screen. And like I said, it was an accident. I clicked the wrong name, but the first name was Stand Up. Do we have any questions on any of these things here?
Yeah, I've got one for the what if.
All right, here comes another trivia question, friends.
All right, folks. So for that issue, what if Wolverine had killed the Hulk? The artist is a guy named Bob Budiansky. He's arguably best known as the writer for this licensed comic, still popular today.
Is it Alf?
You just gave it away.
Transformers. Is that the answer?
It is.
All right, there we go. Steve Vendetta.
You know who used to write the Alf comics and went on to write Sonic, and lots of people got mad at him for his deep lore?
No,
Ken
who?
Penders.
Oh, there we go. That's right. Matt Skirble, West Coast Avengers. That's me selling comics with Chris from Comic Tropes. That's him right there.
And now we'll do our synchronized dance that we practiced for 30 minutes beforehand. I call this one the flip, where you're reading.
I don't know. I was trying to look at you, but I couldn't. Jim Gray. I hope everybody's enjoying this. Please hit the like button if you are, and even if you aren't, hit the like button. It helps me become the next president of the United States of America.
That's how we ended up in this mess 200 years ago.
Shit.
Shit.
YouTube
right. has been electing our presidents for hundreds of years.
Let's do a couple more books here. Let me see what we got. We got this. We got this. And we got ditties. All right. Ken Pender's pissed off so many people. Oh, Nick, you were claiming the Famous Monsters. I got you, Nick. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate you, Nick.
Yeah, some people do love him. I know. He wrote that Sonic for ages and drew some of them.
That says Vic, but I changed it to where it says now Nick. All right. 3 books and a trivia question. Amazing Spider-Man number 238, the first appearance of Hobgoblin in a newsstand with the tattoos are still attached inside. It's about a 6.0 for 160. I know it's a little expensive, and I'm sorry. Spawn, Dengeki Comics, issue number 4, no OB strip. So it's still in really nice shape. That's $18. Classic cover, which reflects that is issue number 2, but it's issue number 4 in Japan because they say, fuck your numbers, America. And then we got Last of the Viking Heroes from Genesis West. I believe this is a Michael Thibodeau cover. Near mint, $6.
Well, that clearly came out in the 90s.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Steve, there's a couple minis that fit in a regular size bag and board. Actually, I have one of the oversized one I can show if you would like to see it. All right, Bill, I got you. It's a Thibodeau. All right, so that's going to Bill, Mr. Bill M. Do you have a trivia question? Because I'm going to go grab something real quick.
Okay. Yeah. We'll let Dave choose the winner, but on that Amazing Spider-Man, just because he didn't mention it and because it doesn't look super obvious, who illustrated that cover? Pretty famous Spider-Man artist. And they had a question of what the grade is on A.
It's about a 6.0, Nick, with the tattoos, and it is a newsstand. All right. First answer of JR is Woe Gilliams, aka I guess Joe Williams, but it's Woe Gilliams.
I like that.
Yeah, Ramita Jr. Oh yeah, Woe Gilliams, and then I think Bill meant to say Buscema, but we know who you're saying.
That's that autocorrect
for some numbers and gallons for milk. All right. If anybody wants this, Acme Novelty Library. Issue 2 of volume 2, oversized, some just amazing art from Chris Ware. It's $20, but I figured I'll show that too. Dave, do you know the story behind Detective Goops? You sold it to me and I love it, but I can't find squat on the cartoonist. I don't know the art. I had that bunch of zines. I forget the name in it. All right, Josh, I got you on this. Hold on. I had 2 other zines by the same guy. I think he's a local Seattle guy. I can't remember his name, though, and I apologize for that. Bill's going to grab that. Chris, it's probably somebody that does, what's the one that they do in Seattle Center?
Seattle Center?
Yeah, the
IndieCon?
Yeah, what's it called again? Carson Forster. Yeah, I think he's a local Seattle guy.
I forget. Yeah, we've got like a local sort of very small press.
No, Hook, that's the paper. We're talking about the con that I can't. Small press act, not small press expo. It's something like that.
That's in. It's been too long since I've been to it. I don't remember.
It's been short press. There we go. Thank you, Hooked on Juno.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. All right, here we go.
It's been short run. Wait, short run. I think sounds right.
Short run, short press, short round. It's the GoldenEye Festival. Short run.
Shorty.
Wait,
I want you to collect all green jelly beans.
Short round, played by what's his name? In Goonies. That just had the career rejuvenation and everything everywhere all at once.
He won an Oscar.
Yeah. Anyway, Amazing Spider-Man number 53, 7.0,
cool.
$65. Woe Gilliams, 140 on the 238. It's yours. 140. Whoa. Gilliams. Short memory. Oh, Tyler's going to grab it. Wow. Well, Tyler's going to grab C. Oh, nobody wants the Japanese Spawn? Sold 2 of them already.
Did you know that actor? Did you know real quick, Dave, that actor that we're talking about that played like Short Round and everything?
Yeah.
He was also a stunt coordinator.
That's right.
For coordinator for a while in movies like The One and X-Men. He was a stunt coordinator on X-Men.
Yeah. Yeah, he's awesome. and I still can't remember his name. It's like on the tip of my tongue, and it's sitting there.
I'm not going to give it to you.
And I hate it. I can't remember. Short memories. All right, 15 for Greg, and we are sold on the books on the board. Why don't you show off your next piece of art? How about that?
Sure. Yeah. Last one that I've got for sale then, unless people like show an exceptional interest, I guess I can pull other things. But here we go. Here's a comic book character. That's Leonardo
DiCaprio.
Whoa.
Oh. All right, there we go. It's claimed. It's
Really?
done. Yeah.
Dude.
It's done.
All right. That
Sorry.
didn't take long.
He beat you, Pete, but he still has the Gamera. Gamera. Ke Hu Kwan. That's right. Ke Hu Kwan. I can't say it. Yeah, Ke Hui Kwan. Well, congratulations, Mr. Raymond Ramond. Wow, I think I just had a stroke.
See if I've got any other comic.
Show the one. Show the one left for sale. All right, he's pulling something out of the bag.
If we go for a while, I potentially got a different piece I can pull up. But let's focus on the comics since that's what we're here for.
Comic booklets. Okay, let's do 3 more comic booklets here. Sensational She-Hulk number 60, the final issue of John Byrne's excellent wall-breaking run. Well, he didn't do the whole thing, but he did almost the whole thing.
Yeah, he did a third.
There, it's almost. This homage is the first one. It is a very tough book to get in a very high grade. This is a near mint, the final issue, $50. And then we've got some Adam Hughes Babe, Vampirella issue number 3. This is a near mint copy.
That's so cool.
$18. Yeah, it's a great cover. I'll be seeing Adam
the
Hughes
Harris era. That was what. Okay, go.
Yeah. Moon Knight number 2, 9698, high grade. $20. Yeah, what were you gonna say about the Harris era?
Oh, just that I think that the Harris run kind of gets forgotten a little bit because Warren obviously they created it, they had it forever, they had so many great artists, and I think that Dynamite has had it for a really long time now too. I think it's been 20 years or something. I won't, Steve. I think that the Harris run gets forgotten, but there are a few gems within there, and boy, getting Steve. Just getting Hughes to do the covers. That's
just
it was
a good idea. It was
huge.
Do we have another trivia? Do we have a trivia question based on?
Sure, I'll do a quick one on Moon Knight. Just let's give this guy some props. What artist co-created Moon Knight? He also co-created Werewolf by Night, if that helps.
It was
what
me
artist?
Again. The whole time. Jay, I'll do 32 if you want. Doug Munch.
No, that's a writer. I was asking the artist.
Mike Plug. No, Don Perlin.
Yep.
There we go. Bill send autocorrect. That is true, Derek. Roy Thomas did co-create everything. But the funny thing is, Derek, I co-created Roy Thomas.
Yeah. And it wasn't pretty. The creation of that.
No, not at all. It was messy. Real messy.
It should probably get some awards for how messy it is. But you created Roy Thomas, and no one can take that away from you legally.
Not even Stanley. Not even Stanley. Let me know, Jay, if you want the 2 for 32. If not, I will leave this open to the board, and we'll take. I banged the Cosmos, and the Cosmos spit out Roy Thomas.
Yeah, it was literally like a physical manifestation of everything, the cosmos.
The moon.
It looked a lot like you were standing still with your pants down, humping the air, but that's definitely not what happened.
No,
definitely not.
Not at all. All right, let's put out 3 more books. I just want to bang on the drum all day. I hated that
Alpha,
song when I was a kid,
Beta,
and I still
Charlie.
hate that song. All right, let's do a book based on let's do some books. We've got the full 3 trade paperbacks, the complete story of Stillwater from Chip Zdarsky and Roman K. Perez and Mike Spicer. All 3
I think
volumes.
it's Ramon.
What did I say? Did I say
You said
Raymond?
Roman.
Roman. Yeah, Roman Polanski. He wrote that. $18 for that. Amazing Spider-Man number 365, the first preview of Spider-Man 2099, holographic bullshit. VF.
I had like 2 of those like off the newsstand because I thought that they were going to be worth fortunes.
Well, that is a newsstand copy. And then we have Uncle Scrooge number 25 from 1959. I have it as a 5.0, a mid-grade. Carl Barks goodness, $45. If you've never read Stillwater, it's fantastic. I'm just clearing off some stuff on the
Those
shelves.
are honestly all 3. I'm trying to remember real quick. What issue of Amazing Spider-Man is that again? I just need to look.
365. It's a VF plus, David. So that's why it's only $15. It's a newsie, not a newsie, but a newsstand. You get it. So I feel like you guys seeing this like little flicker of light.
No,
It's weird. Yeah, maybe I am having a stroke. All right, I have a trivia question.
please.
All right. Here we go. This is a multiple choice question. Chip Zdarsky's real name is A, Alan Moore, B, Eddie Murray, C, Steve Murray, or D, Justin Trudeau. That's you just put the letter in of your correct answer. A, Alan Moore, B, Eddie Murray, C, Steve Murray, and D, Justin Trudeau. And the first correct answer is C, from the Canadian himself, actual Dracula.
How do you know he isn't claiming C?
Oh, I know he's answering it.
You just
It's
know.
C. Yeah, it's C. Yeah, he's Canadian. So let's talk about this. A, Alan Moore. We all know who Alan Moore is. B, Eddie Murray was a former baseball player from the Baltimore Orioles, might be in the Hall of Fame. And then obviously D, Justin Trudeau is the Prime Minister of Canada, leaving Steve Murray to be really Chip Zdarsky.
Oh, I love that question from Josh Garner.
What was the worst gimmick cover of the 90s? The worst.
I can think of lots of good ones.
Eclipso number 1 with the plastic fucking diamond that damaged every book that it touched.
That's what I was going to say.
Yep.
As soon as you put it in, because I had that. And then as soon as I went to pull up whatever the issue in front of it was, it had that ding in it because the stupid jewel, I didn't think about it. It pushed into the back of the other comic.
I said, but you could say Eddie Murphy also, but it was Eddie Murray. Yeah, Force Works 1 is pretty bad too. With that pull out. Yeah.
Force Works 1 is only bad for putting it back together. As far as the gimmick goes. It looks awesome when you expand it to as big as can be, but it's so hard to fold back up.
Before we go any further, did anybody want to claim any of these books, or are we null and void on them? It makes Eclipso. Do you know who drew that book and that cover? Eclipso number 1.
Is that a real question or for anybody?
For you. No, for you.
Is it Bart Sears?
Yep. Otherwise known as Bert Kmart.
Wait, what?
Oh, when I interviewed him.
Oh, Sears. Oh, my God.
Yeah. After the interview was done, Comic Tim sat down and started talking to Bart Sears and called him Bert Kmart.
I get it. It took me a literal minute.
Yeah. And Bart Sears loves that. Loves it. All right. I'm going to wipe the board. Whitman, there you go. Oh, shit. What about Shadowhawk? Yeah, that one where you break his arms in 3 places because he has 4 elbows.
What?
Shadowhawk.
I don't know that one.
It's like Shadowhawk 2 number 1 or Shadowhawk 1 number 3. Yeah.
I thought I was getting them all then, but I don't remember that.
I'll have to give you a copy next time I find one. It's the funniest book ever.
I gotta see this.
That is Bart is a real craftsman. All right, next 3 books. Here we go. I did an episode flipping through this. This is Russ Cochran's graphic gallery. This is one of Russ Cochran's original art catalogs where you could buy stuff directly from him or you could bid on stuff. There's a lot of cool original art from the 70s in here. I did an episode that nobody watched about 6 months ago, but it's on the channel. That's going to be $22. Thank you, Caribbean Hideout or Caribbean Hideout. We got Love and Rockets issue number 11, another fantastic cover from Beto. It is a VF plus near mint minus for 20 first print. And then finally, we've got this. Not just any copy of Alpha Flight number 1, but this copy of Alpha Flight number 1 is signed by John Byrne on the first page. Old school style signature right there. John Byrne. Near mint copy. Really beautiful copy. You're not going to see John Byrne signing books at a con anytime, probably in the rest of his life. $50 on B.
And you know what? Like, I think you could add value to that one. Maybe like just promise that you'd smear some Tim Hortons all over it for authenticity.
There you go. There you go. You could do
for
that.
10 more bucks. For 10 more bucks. All claimed.
Thank you, Kenneth. And yes, that is a great cover. Thank you, David.
It really is.
Yeah, that was the most badass glow in the dark cover.
Yeah. There's another good one by Spectre at around that same time, but the Ghost Rider one is the best.
Yeah, because it's Ghost Rider motorcycle hero. Before we get to the next trivia question, let's put out another book. Oh, you know what? I think you have a question based on this book. Star Wars.
I had one on the last book.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I've got one on that.
Star Wars number 1, the manga by Hisao Tamaki. It's a beautiful condition. Near mint. $15. All right. Next question.
Sure, I'll do it on Star Wars.
Okay.
Folks, the cover artist there is Adam Warren, and he began this creator-owned superhero comic in 2007, which he still makes today. What is Adam Warren's creator-owned comic that he still makes?
Is it Dirty Pair?
No.
Is it Empowered?
It is.
Matt Skirble.
Congrats. I'll make a note.
Matt Skirble. All right, Tyler, I got you on this. On the Star Wars manga.
Dave, you got any impressions for us tonight?
I'm Goofy. Welcome to Disney World.
It's pretty damn good.
Hi, I'm Mickey Mouse. I'm in the public domain now. I'm a racist.
And this year we get Tintin and Popeye in the public domain, so expect a lot of horror Popeye and porn Tintin.
According to Eric Larson today, he said that they're like the most crude versions of those characters.
Oh yeah, there's not a whole lot to them yet. You don't just get everything to do with them.
I don't know what Cobra. I don't know. Is that a G.I. Joe thing?
Cobra. La 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 la.
G.I. Joe fan. Never a G.I. Joe fan. Tarzan too.
Huge G.I. Joe fan.
Yeah, I know you are, but what am I? We need more Chris Watkins and
I know spinach, exactly.
Let's do another book before I lose my seat at the dinner table with the children. All right, here we go. Godzilla number 2. Godzilla Attacks Seattle. Very tough book to find. I tried to track this down for a couple of years till I found a decent copy. This is a VF minus, so it's okay. Not an easy book. Second appearance of Godzilla, $25. And then I actually have a trivia question about Godzilla after this. Can I ask the group what people all see in the Pooh books? I don't get it either. So, Josh, I ain't got nothing for you.
I don't know.
Dustin, I got you on the Godzilla. Okay, we're going to do a trivia question coming from me. Issue 1 and Issue 2 of Godzilla from 1977 has the King Kaiju stomping through America. But what team graces the cover of issue 3? What superhero team graces the cover of issue 3 of Godzilla from Marvel Comics?
Good question.
Thank you. I take pride in my trivia. It's not the Fantastic Four. It is not the Avengers. It is not the Avengers.
Kisses.
They are.
That's way later in the run.
Yeah. It is not the Defenders, and it is not the Justice League either.
I
All
like that.
I'm going to count down for 10 seconds here. Oh, there we go. We got Ralph.
Yeah, I was wondering. Okay. I was like, somebody's got to get it.
Yeah. So that is R.A. Faust. Make sure you write that down just so we're keeping score.
Fine.
All right. I'll take these off. We'll do 3 new books.
Yeah, good job.
I'm going to put out a big book if I can find it.
See you, read your comics. Thanks for jumping in and watching us this whole time. Appreciate you.
Have a good night, Daryl. Appreciate you, brother. Great channel, too, if you've never watched it. Read your comics. Okay, here we go. We've got Amazing Spider-Man number 346, one of my favorite Eric Larson covers of all time. VF plus, near mint minus, $15. And then we've got X Factor number 24, near mint minus, kind of the first official appearance of Archangel. And then we've got
cover too.
Yeah,
Great
fantastic.
cover.
Walt Simonson.
So good.
Yeah. And then we've got this Amazing Spider-Man number 25, first cameo of Mary Jane. This is a really high grade copy. I have it as an 8.0 to an 8.5. It's not going to be cheap, and it's not for everybody. $450. And that is it's got a couple of spine ticks here. The pages are off-white. Back cover is pretty clean. Like I said, have it as an 8.0 to an 8.5. Yeah. Do we have a question for any of these?
Definitely. Let's go with the Venom one. Amuses me. Eric Larson has said he did not like drawing Venom, and so like he just decided to go crazy, giving him like all that goop and stuff falling out of his mouth. It was just to like entertain himself. And that was eventually, it's probably like in the last 5 years, explained that is actually something Venom is doing biologically. What is all that green stuff? What is
I don't even know the answer.
That comes out of his mouth? But for the rest of humanity, something else. Somebody just got it actually as a joke, but yeah.
All right, we're gonna go with.
Well,
we're gonna go.
No, there's one above that. Somebody got it before that.
The joke, or is it ectoplasm?
No, above that.
See this? Yeah, but that wasn't a guess.
It wasn't?
No. He said it before he even finished saying the question.
Oh, thanks for keeping track. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I said so. The first correct answer is going to Adrian.
Yeah, we got to let the question get out. That's fair.
Get the upgrade. All right, nobody on these. I'm going to leave the Spider-Man up just in case. Just in case somebody's feeling saucy. Let's do a Jungle Comics number 1. Dave Stevens goodness. This is a near mint copy.
Cool.
It's got a little bit of a soft corner here. So, I'd say maybe like a 9.4. That's going to be $100. Matt, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Matt, you were saying that as he was saying the question. You kind of gave the answer away. Avengers number 43, Red Guardian first appearance. It has extra staples. I did not add those staples. I have it at about a 4 or 5 for 35. But Matt, I think
character's obviously going to only increase in popularity. You know that they're going to like bring him back in a big way.
Ow!
Actually, I think they already have. What happened?
I'm falling apart.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm calling the police.
Oh God, call the cops.
I'm calling the fire department.
Call the paramedics.
Calling your parents.
Oh, Mom. I caught the bottom of my leg on the table.
Did it
I caught
hurt?
my foot. Yes, it did, but I'll be fine. I'm made of cotton candy and concrete. Oh,
Okay.
oh man. All right. Dustin, I got you on the Red Guardian. I'm made of angel's hair and baby breath. I hope I'm not bleeding. You know, like the cold metal makes me feel like my foot's bleeding, but it's not. Call the Fantastic Four. There we go. Get Reed Richards in here and tell him to leave Sue here for my enjoyment. Call Tom Cruise. Call Comic Tim. Everybody's calling different people. About
Please make a call.
Yeah.
Please.
100 people are going to show up at my house trying to help me.
Wait, Dave, can you put that back on so that I could ask a trivia question about it?
All right, there we go.
All right, real quick, folks. That's like chronologically, but not canonically, the first appearance of a Red Guardian. Who was that Red Guardian married to?
Ghostbusters.
Damage control.
Damage control. Everybody's so helpful here. All right, who's got the correct answer? First answer, Black Widow.
Yep.
There you go. Dan gets it. All right, let's do a little crumb. Mr. Natural number 3 in a VF plus. I believe it's the first print, but I'm not 100% sure. It's only $15. Matt Skirble says it was his mom. And then let's do a cheapie, a cheap book. What if Elektra had lived? What if number 35? Also, the art by Frank Miller. It is a VF minus fine plus newsstand for $6.
I feel bad for Frank that they were like, oh, and jam this backup story onto the cover too. It makes for a bad cover.
No, he didn't do the cover. Ed Hannigan did. I believe he just did the interiors.
Oh, excuse me. But yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure he did the interiors, or maybe he just wrote it.
He did. I remember.
Yeah.
I've read it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a decent story, but quick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Just
So
a
that
bad cover.
Go to eggs. Spoiler alert, Elektra lived.
You know what's funny? So Out of Voida says that there's a what if comic of what if the Punisher's family had lived, and at the end of the issue they die. So it's sort of like, so what if they died a little bit later?
Well, that's like the what if in volume 2. What if the X-Men had died on their first mission? It's just the cover is Xavier crying, and I'm like, okay.
Sometimes a what if was way too depressing. They were like, oh, we can do anything. Everybody dies. It could be like the smallest story. Like, what if Spider-Man, decided to make his costume blue and orange, and they're like, well, that led to Galactus eating the planet, and everybody died. They always went crazy. Like cosmic stuff would happen by the end.
I'm going to do a very rare book now. We've got the oversized original first printing, the raw one shot of Jimbo, solo book by Gary Panter. This is how it existed in newsprint, as housed in this cardboard little folio thing. It is in good shape. I mean, the cardboard is always not going to be in good shape, but the interior is in great shape. Let's call it a very fine for what it is. But you're buying the rarity. You're buying Gary Panter. You're buying some awesomeness. Let me put that back out, and that's going to be $115.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, this is the only one I've ever seen in person. Came to me in a collection. I held on to it. Now it's time for somebody else to hold on to it permanently, or impermanently. I don't know. Do we have a trivia question? I actually have a trivia question for this, but I know you do, so you go first.
I do. Just maybe it'll generate even more excitement over the issue. So if you don't know, so Gary Panter also, aside from drawing Jimbo, also designed the sets for this live action Saturday morning show. And you can kind of tell if you look at Jimbo's design what it should be. What's that show? What's that Saturday morning live action show?
All right, first answer was Dan, beating Bill McGovern, Pee-wee's Playhouse.
You got it. I mean, it looks like Randy.
Yeah, it does. Wow, nobody's in for the Jimbo. I know it's expensive. How about I'll do 115 shipped? Because it's going to ship separate anyway. It's too big to ship with anything else. Probably going to cost me about $10 to ship.
That's amazing added value.
So,
because that's a heavy one, isn't it?
No, it's actually super light. It's super light.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It's super. It's cardboard and newsprint. That's it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Cardboard. I love that.
All right, I'm going to take this off for now, but we'll come back to it. I'm going to do 3 new books here.
Let's keep things fresh.
You got it.
That's what this show's about.
That's right. Fresh kicks and pants, kind of like that. You know you want to dance, so move. Anyway, Grimm's Ghost Stories issue number 7, mid-grade, Mark Jeweler variant, $17 on A. And then we're doing 3 Mark Jewelers here. There you go. Audi Vigoda says to buy it. Thank you. Incredible Hulk number 347, not just a Mark Jeweler variant, but the first appearance of Joe Fixit, Mr. Joe Fixit. This is a 8590 Mark Jeweler, $60. And then finally we're doing, if you don't believe in ghosts, we challenge you to read True Tales of the Weird and Supernatural. What's the actual title of this book? Ghosts. Issue number 10, Mark Jeweler variant, mid-grade, fine, $18. All right. We've got a claim on A from Mr. Matt Rossi. And then we've got, you can't touch this. Dan is going to take Jimbo.
Congrats.
Thank you, Dan. And then we've got a claim on B by Nico. And then we've got a claim on C from Ralph. All 3 books gone.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, Marsh, he beat you on that. Do we have a question on any of these?
Yeah, I've got a question about that Incredible Hulk. I know not everybody would remember the artist on that, but Jeff Purves, I thought, had a really solid run.
You know,
Jeff Purves was... Go ahead.
Sorry, read your comics. Daryl would know the answer to this question. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. And he's left. So,
yes,
yeah. I think people can possibly figure it out even if they don't know it. So anyway, Jeff Purves was part of a military family. So, he grew up all over. He was born on a U.S. base in this Asian country. Which country am I talking about?
Texas.
6 guns over it. Artist Jeff Purves.
I know it's not any of these. Korea, Guam, and Japan.
It is Japan.
Oh, it's Japan. Okay, it's Japan. Oh, that's right.
In Okinawa.
Right. Okinawa. Tyler, congratulations.
Yeah.
The Black Spiders guess Mexico. Close, but not.
Good guesses, people. Good guesses. I wouldn't expect anybody to definitely know it off the top of their head, but yeah. He was born in Okinawa.
Next 3 books going out for claim. We've got See Todd by Todd, Amazing Spider-Man number 314, Near Mint Minus, the Christmas Kickout issue, $15. I've got another great What If issue. What if Spider-Man had rescued Gwen Stacy from Volume 1, issue number 24 from 1980, VF Plus, $15. And then Uncanny X-Men number 184, mid-grade copy of the first appearance of Forge, Fine Plus VF minus, $7. Guam isn't a country. Don't tell the Guamies.
It's a territory.
I'm a territory.
Well, oh yeah? What are your rules and regulations?
Don't whiz on the electric fence. Don't talk about Fight Club, and Dave is God. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. You know what the name of my territory is?
No. What?
The The West Coast Davengers. That's it.
You know, there's a few islands off the coast. You could probably claim one. You could probably take over.
I could probably take over Vashon. They're just a bunch of farmers and hippies.
Yeah.
Just collect this shit out of asteroids, probably. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Do you think he ever gets constipated?
People.
Like
What?
if he ate ego or something? Like that was just too big? He's like, give me something.
Oh, you mean the dew is on the electric fence? That is true, actually. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Let's do this, and let's do another little run for the. Nobody's buying any Los Bros tonight, so this will probably be the last thing I show. Fair enough, Josh. I like Vashon Island. How about some Blue Beetle? Some early silver, maybe late gold. No, early silver. Volume 2, number 2 Blue Beetle. VF range, $40. And then I don't know if this is the full run. Maybe somebody could chime in. But we've got Fantagraphics New Love from Love and Rockets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I think this is the complete run. Let me go through the grades. Near mint. VF plus is number 4. Near mint 3. VF range number 2. And number 1 is a VF plus near mint. Take the run for 30. Let's see. What do I got here? Oh, you know, I'm going to ask. Okay. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, full run.
Nice.
Full run. I'm going to ask a bonus question. That was associated. All right, Jim, I got you on that. Thank you. That was associated with the Jimbo. Raw Comics Anthology was an alternative comics milestone that was founded by Art Spiegelman and whom? And whom? And whom? I don't know, Tom Christopher. Shit, I actually need his autograph on an original page of Silver Surfer. I should probably go there.
Yeah, I think you should just walk to his door and knock on it unannounced.
Francois Mouli. That is correct. Dan, score another one for Dan. Ian, I didn't know that. You'll have to message me what it's called. I actually have a page from second appearance of the Infinity Gauntlet, signed by Ron Limeretti, and I'd like to get Christopher on it since he inked it.
That's cool.
I have not, Kenneth. I have not. Fair enough. It was Francois. Go pound on his door. You know who else lives on Vashon Island?
Mm-mm.
Jim Woodring. And Mike.
Oh, he does now?
And Plug used to live there.
My wife used to babysit for Jim Woodring's kid.
Oh, no shit.
Mm-hmm.
My wife. Yeah, I'm married. Sorry. All right, here we go. Let's do some more stuff here. What do we got? 1, 2, and 3. All right, let's do this. I would like to sell the rest of my crossed issues, but this is Cross Badlands issue number 67. That is the what do they call this? It's the Nagel variant, but they call it like a vintage variant. Anyway, it's a VF plus near mint. We've got a Daredevil issue number 34, 7/0 white pager for 40, and then Tales of the Teen Titans number 1. This is the Cyborg special from the miniseries. But what's cool about this, it's signed on the first page by the late, great George Perez and the living legend Marv Wolfman right there.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And that is a beautiful near mint copy for $40, which is probably too cheap.
Ooh. These are good. Yeah. That's a solid ABC. That is a good lineup.
That is. How are we not selling these all?
Wow.
My
That's
beard hair
very cool.
keeps getting caught on this. All right.
It's my fault. I'm changing up your format, ruining
No,
you in 2025.
I wanted to try this because, like, with the microphone on the desk, it was too much stuff on here. So
Oh yeah,
it
yeah.
was a little bit easier for space wise, but that's okay. We're trying something new and it's working. It's doing great. I think everybody's having fun. Chris,
I'm
are you
having fun.
Yeah,
I'm
and
having
it really
fun.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You're making some money. You're getting comics into people's hands that need them.
Comics
Providing
for
a
the
service.
kids.
Comics for the kids. You guys are all kids, right?
Yes, everybody in here is a kid. Do we have any questions for?
Yeah. Let me ask a trivia question, folks, about Cyborg. George Perez has said that he specifically was influenced when he designed this character by a Marvel character. What Marvel character was George Perez inspired by? And it's pretty obvious if you look at the head design.
Was it Deathlock?
It was.
And Dan was the first person to answer that.
Okay, making a note.
He's making a note. He's writing it twice. His name is Chris.
I'm gonna ask you to call me back later.
No, Chris. I was gonna say his name is Chris Piers and he eats raw mice. Santa Claus is coming to town.
And I'm proud of it, folks. You have no idea how good raw mice can be.
Do you want to put the kids to bed? Because I'm about to sing the version of that song that I started singing about 10 years ago. It's not that bad. It's not that.
Uh-oh.
You're taking a shit. He's checking it twice. He's going to find out who had corn, had rice. Santa is coming to town.
Does Santa's responsibility to check that stuff? Don't flush anyone. I'm going to determine who was rice and who was corn.
All right, back to the comics. I've never sang that in public.
Yeah, please never do again.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just kidding.
An Avengers Perez piece. That's awesome. I bet you could sell that to Rob Liefeld. I
have a George Perez Wonder Woman page.
Ooh, I bet you could sell that to Rob Liefeld too. He loves him. Famous Monsters issue number 167 with a little known movie called Empire Strikes Back. VF plus $20. And then we've got a copy of Mr. Monster, Dave Stevens cover, and Doc Stern Mr. Monster, VF plus for $15. And then finally, I wonder how quickly this thing's going to sell. I'm going to say very quickly. The Marvel poster book signed by the Todd Father. Y'all saw me get this in that collection before I left from Japan. It's like a VF copy. It's $125.
Nice.
Jamie, I got you on
everything
that.
went.
And then this, I got you, David, 35 cents. And then, oh, there you go. Jamie took the Todd. See Todd, buy Todd. There it is.
Can I do rapid fire trivia, like one for each of those?
Sure, yeah, let's do it.
All right. Empire Strikes Back on the cover of that famous Monsters. Where did they film the snow scenes? Which country is all? Which country did they film the snow scenes for Empire Strikes Back?
It wasn't New Jersey.
Yep, it was Jersey.
All right, Finland is not correct, right? Norway. That is the correct answer.
Correct.
Rob McCallum hits it.
I'm making a note. Okay, for Mr. Monster, when Gilbert created his version, he was actually like redoing an earlier version of Mr. Monster that was published back in 1947. What country published the comic that the original Mr. Monster came from?
I don't know the answer to this. Was it Canada?
It was.
All right. Dan gets Canada. And the funny thing is that's where Rob McCallum lives.
Oh,
So Rob
That
got
is
the
good.
first. Rob McCallum got the first one, and Dan got the second one. What's the third?
all right. Just thinking of Marvel posters in general. This artist drew some Marvel Mania posters, about like at least 12, maybe as many as 24. I can't, did I make a note? Well, anyway, he did posters between 1969 and 1971 and said that he was never paid for them. Which famous artist did the posters for Marvel Mania
Wow.
and said he was never paid?
What a surprise. What a surprise. It is not Jim Steranko.
No, it is not.
Marvel not paying people. What a surprise. In the 60s.
I think that they outsourced it to,
There it is. Mark got it.
There it is.
The King.
Yeah, he said he was never paid for those posters. Pretty famous posters, too.
Yeah, I know. I do know that. All right, let's see what we got here. That. We got that. All right, we'll do these 3 books here. Okay, we're back to the books. Who's in the lead currently?
Right now, Stand Up Records is in the lead with 8 correct.
Wow. All right, here we go. 100-page thick boy, Batman issue number 254, about a 6'5" Man-Bat cover, $30. We've got another Mark Jeweler variant. This time it's Incredible Hulk 375 from the Dale Keown run, mid-grade.
Nice.
So it's only $10. And then, speaking of George Perez, his first Marvel cover is Creatures on the Loose 34, and that is Man-Wolf, VF minus $15. I think you have a question about this too.
I do. Should I do it?
Let's see if
Or you
anyone
want to see?
claims.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
we'll
course.
see. And then if
But
not,
look at that
we can
Incredible
move
Hulk versus Super Skrull. That sounds fun. I read
Yeah.
it, but I don't remember it. But that's a great matchup.
You know, it's funny. I know everybody loves Dale Keown, and I recognize that he was awesome. I was never a fan.
Really? I have to admit, I like his work.
I don't know why. I was never a fan. I just never took to his artwork. I picked up Hit when it came out, and I was like, this is just Hulk, and I wasn't really super. I liked the Hulk 377 cover, the silhouette one, where that I love. But I was never really a fan.
It's pretty striking. I agree.
Yeah. So let's might as well ask the question since nobody's claiming.
All right. So that Man-Wolf, that's actually an anthology title called Creatures on the Loose. This is just this is like you've got one of 3 options to get this right. Who appears as the titular character on Creatures on the Loose more? Man-Wolf, Thongor, or is it a tie?
I think
Got
I
a
know
1
the
in
answer
3
to
chance
this.
of getting it right. Man-Wolf, Thongor, or a tie?
It is a tie.
It is.
And the first answer of that
Well
was
done.
Dave. Yeah. All right. Last chance on these is meow, 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 meow.
Meow.
Meow. Meow.
Meow, meow, meow.
Meow Zedong.
Meow. Meow.
Chairman Meow.
Somebody's asking, wait, before you put them away,
Yeah.
looks like one person claimed B and one person asked the grade on A.
6'5", around a 6'5", Paul. And then Matt, I got you on the jeweler.
I want to see Manatee Wolf. I think Marvel should create Manatee Wolf. Oh, what about like the Spider-Ham universe? Bring in Manatee Wolf.
He's slow but
Spider-Man
ferocious.
versus Manatee.
He's slow but ferocious.
Manatee Wolf.
All right, 3 new books. Let's do the set first. We've got Kitty Pryde and Wolverine, the 6-issue miniseries.
Nice.
They're all near mint, and it's $25. And then we've got the other favorite Eric Larson cover. We've got Amazing Spider-Man 347 newsstand, Hamlet reference, VF Plus, $18. And then finally, for my personal archives, which I was thinking out this week, just clearance books out of some boxes, Wolverine and Cable, Guts and Glory by Stephen Platt, signed by Splat. Mr. Stephen Platt got it signed this year. Year mint, $30.
That's awesome.
All right, Ryan's in the house. Thank you, Ryan. It's Goose Rider, right? Yeah, they have some funny names in that universe. The Spider-Ham universe. I love those
Some
characters.
people never got the Hulk Bunny one. They thought that, but it's a pun on Bruce Banner, Bruce Bunny.
Oh yeah, it's like almost too smart for its own good.
Hulk is like, what do you change that into that sounds like an animal? It's one syllable.
Bulk. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask a bonus trivia question.
All right.
The poster one you asked. Jack Kirby co-created Captain America with Joe Simon in what year? What year did they create him? Not the year that the book came out, but what year did they create him?
It was not 1978.
No, and it was also not 1942, which is what Dan guessed. And the first one to get it right is Derek Neiman. No, Derek Neiman, 1940.
1940.
The book actually hit newsstands December 1940, but it had a cover date of March 41.
Yeah. So they created it earlier.
Fun fact, Rob Liefeld yelled at me in his group because I said I wish Splat did more after Image and then call him lazy. Rob's got a temper. We all know that. It's got like little brother syndrome or whatever.
I think it makes a little bit of sense when you look at like how he became so popular so young that he was getting a lot of criticism at a really young age, and I think it just made him defensive. I think it just made him very defensive. But I get it.
I think that's an accurate statement. I still appreciate Rob and love his art and love his creation. Love his good energy that he puts into loving comics.
I hope you can get all the Image founders on this channel. I think that would be awesome.
I'm hoping me too. So all right, here we go. We've got we'll leave these two up for now. Got 2 copies of Pacific Presents #1, the first Rocketeer solo story, I guess. Or no, the first Rocketeer title. They're both VF plus near mint minus with this Ditko backup story. $10 each on B. And well, that's the thing. I think he also played like that, like I said, little brother to not Lee, but more McFarlane.
I mean, in a way, though, all of them. You know, he said that Valentino, for instance, was like a kind of a mentor figure. And you're right. Like, you know, the other guys were just a little older. And it's tough. But I know what you're talking about, Dave. I agree.
Derek's wearing his Levi's right now.
Folks, if you haven't read Rocketeer by Dave Stevens before, I'm just letting you know, like, it's a good comic. And maybe we're underselling it, but there's another amazing creator on that book.
Steve Ditko. Yeah.
Steve Ditko, folks.
Do we have any questions attached to any of these books?
Got a quick Rocketeer one. Talking about... So Dave Stevens didn't actually study art formally, but he broke in professionally at a super young age. By age 19, he was an assistant on a comic strip that was drawn by Russ Manning at the time. I'll tell you that it was a pulp character. What was the comic strip called that he got started on?
I completely blanked out on even knowing what you said in that question, so I'll take your word for it.
For the pulp character comic strip that Dave Stevens got started on professionally.
Vincent Vega.
Vincent Vega.
The Shadow?
No.
Buck Rogers?
No, good guesses, but no.
Well, everybody else got. There was another Buck Rogers. I'll give it 10 seconds.
And Russ Manning.
Russ Manning. 10 seconds. Secret Agent X9. Flash Gordon. The Spider. Nope. All right. Felix. Nope. All right. Why don't we give him the answer? This is Magnus.
Sure. Nope. Oh, hold on. I didn't say it yet, and I think somebody just.
Well, it's already. I think we already got too much time on the clock.
No worries. Okay. Then it was Tarzan, though. Okay.
Yeah, I said 10 seconds.
We ran out of time on that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Statute of limitations or something like that. I don't know what the legal term is in West Coast Davengers world.
But it was Tarzan. And by the way, for anybody that's playing trivia, you can only guess once.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will forfeit your life. No, you won't.
You should interview Steve Ditko sometime.
I did, actually. The problem was it wasn't recording. I thought I hit the record button, and then we talked for like an hour and a half, and he starts telling me about Ayn Rand and all this shit. And I was like, oh, all right. Well, thanks, Steve. And I looked, and I'm like, oh, it's not recording. Sorry, buddy.
And 2 hours later, he let you go.
Trivia question. Why did Marvel in the 70s come out with so many reprint titles like Marvel Triple Action and the like? Was it to keep copyright?
I bet that it was I bet it was mostly to keep copyright if I had to guess. And also, just there were no trade paperbacks then.
No, there wasn't. All right, let's do some books here. We've got a NMP Fantasy Illustrated #1, which is not Marvel. P. Craig Russell cover. Steve Englehart, Steve Ditko, Steve Lee Aloha, the Steves, Mark Evanier, Mike Sikowski, Don McGregor, Tom Sutton, Alan Gordon. It's a near mint copy. It is $20. We've got Uncanny X-Men #244, first appearance of Jubilee in a 9/4, $40. And then for those readers, which I don't know how many of them there actually are, I've got the complete Spectrograph, James Tynion's newest outing from Distillery, issue 1, issue 2, Tulote cover issue 3, and issue 4. I actually really like the way it wrapped up. $25 for the series. It's probably less than the hardcover is going to be. All right. I got you on that one, Ryan. I also did, there you go. I also did the Ayn Rand interview, and she was just talking about Atlas shrugging the whole time. I was like, well, come on, lady. Truism. No, what was her thing? Truism or what was her objectivism?
Something like that. Is that what was that important to you?
No, but it was to her.
She ended poor and getting government subsidy to survive.
No shit. I didn't know that.
Bit of a hypocrite, theoretically.
She'd probably be a rich billionaire now and probably a president.
And one hell of a sexy lady.
Oh, yeah. To meet advertising requirements, charging for so many ads, but not enough titles still interesting.
Oh, I've never heard that, but that does sound very plausible.
Yeah, that sounds very plausible.
Hey, Bigby.
Hey, what's up, Bigby? Dave did the interview of his own labor. Objectivism, yeah. Okay, yeah. Radical selfishism. There you go. That's another way to coin that term too. Yeah, I was it was your video. I was watching on Ditko, and you were talking about that, and I was like, oh, that's right. And then I started reading about like some of her views at the beginning of her life and her career or whatever made sense, and then it just went far off the fucking rails.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Nobody on the Spectrograph or the Fantasy Illustrated. All right. Let's get back to the comic booklet size things. Just grab whatever.
Can I give one more shot at trying to sell a piece of art?
Yeah. Let's get Mr. Tropes on here. Chris Tropes.
I'll just give a shot.
Tropes.
I pulled up a very different piece here. So first, this did have a chip fall on it, so it's got a grease stain.
That's right.
So I could either crop it or it just comes like that. $100.
No, you need that chip stain.
It's Ciri from The Witcher with some Pantone marker colors. I'll offer that one up if anybody is a big fan of Witcher.
Does this work when you're holding this up? Does this work? Hey Siri, what's the temperature?
No,
Doesn't
my
work.
phone. It won't answer. And if it doesn't move, then it doesn't move.
The rare
Yeah,
chip variant,
I know.
not to be confused with the Chip Zdarsky variant.
I dropped a chip on it and didn't notice for a couple days, so it spread this weird, gross grease stain. But I can crop it.
Marsh is asking.
I don't have any
you
Doctor Strange tonight.
All right, show the Gamera
worries.
again, and how about this? Anybody that wants to claim one of these last two pieces of art he's showing, I'll chip in $20.
Oh, you don't have to do that, dude.
Yeah, but let's get it sold.
We'll just see. I
the
sold
chip
two. I'm
piece.
happy. I was just offering some things up, either Gamera or Siri, if you wanted it. Otherwise, I think we got to keep things moving. So that's okay. Let's get some more comics up there. Would you do a
great.
deal? Oh, sure.
buy the
Yeah,
other
of
two.
course I would. Tell you what, I mean, if you were going to get all three, I'll just I'll sell Gamera for 50 to you, Razor, since you're buying two others.
There you go, Paul.
Yeah,
He's offering it to you
me.
for $50 since you bought the other two.
Yeah, buy two, get one half off.
Done deal. Done deal.
Yeah. Okay.
That
Great.
does not. That, by
Thanks.
the way, that does not include $20 for me because you already got $50 off on it.
Yeah. No, I understand.
All right, cool.
I appreciate it. I'll sign them all. Thank you.
All right, awesome.
Label it the Lay's edition. That's pretty.
All right, here we go. Fantastic Four number 88 in a 9.0.
No.
Beautiful copy of this book. No chip stains on this comic. $80. World's Finest 176. This fantastic cover. I don't know who did this cover. 6.0 white pager. $60. No Chip Zdarsky stains either. And Batman number 256. Also another beautiful book. 100-page thick boy. A 9.0 for $55. High grade Silver Age books right in your face. Well, I think that's Bronze Age, but you know. Hey, you know who we didn't hear from tonight? And he probably might have been watching, but he's probably going to watch on the replay. And when he sees this and he hears this, hi, Jimmy Mafood. Jimmy Jams.
Jimmy Jams is the name he gave himself.
The
Pretty good name.
Chocolate Milk Bandit. Man, it has so many names. So many names.
Those are some really cool comics. There's
I know,
some
they're
really cool comics.
Beautiful spread. You know, beautiful.
I
spread.
mean, you've got Lee Kirby, but like 100 pages on that Batman. You get something like crazy, like 9 stories in there.
Who do you think did this cover? I'm going to say it was Carmine Infantino.
Oh, interesting. I can't see it as well because, like, depending on the year, I was almost going to guess Nick Cardy, but now that I see it up close, yeah, my best
Maybe
guess
it
would
is
probably
Cardy.
also be Infantino.
Let's see who did the interiors.
Yeah, if could probably also Google it. And
Oh yeah, it doesn't say. What was I kidding?
no, if that's
DC would never.
DC
tell
was
you.
a little slow to add the credits, although sometimes the artist would sign it.
Yeah,
Angela
not on
Lee.
this one. But I feel like it's Carmine Infantino, but I could be wrong. All right, nobody wants.
No, it's a good
anything?
guess.
Nobody's. All right, let me grab 3 other books. Do you have any questions about these at all?
Sure, I'll do a quick one on that Batman, folks. 100 pages, so there's a bunch of stories in them. 3 of them are reprints where Bob Kane is at least the credited penciler. Who is the credited writer on any of those 3? So I'm looking for. There's 2 different names that I will accept, but there are credits
on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People have figured it out.
Also, Bob Kane. No. Incorrect. Marv Wolfman. Incorrect.
I just thought maybe people would know one of his frequent collabs.
Early Neil Adams. All right, we got 5.
Right, I'm looking for a writer.
4, 3, 2, 1. Robert Kahn. All right.
I'd either take Bill Finger. Bill Finger wrote 2 of them, and Edmund Hamilton wrote the other.
All right, so nobody got it anyway, but thank you
That's
for
okay.
trying. Thank you for playing.
Thank you for playing.
Yeah. All right, let's do 3 new books here. We've got Swamp Thing number 53, Alan Moore, John Toddleben, Batman vs. Swamp Thing, classic issue, VF Plus. This is a bonkers
Double
issue.
size, I think.
And then we've got House of Secrets number 102, Fine Plus VF minus for $15. And then we've got Spawn issue 120, Kids Love Chains, see Todd, by Todd, near mint range, low print run, $20. All right, A is going to Mr. Marsh. B is
Nicely
going
done.
to the Faustman. Ralph. Johnny Makes Comics says Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you and to everybody.
Didn't say
Looks like
Happy
you
New Year to me.
may have cleared the board here.
Bad. All right, Union Gap got on C.
Then I'll do a quick question if that's okay.
Please.
For that Swamp Thing, the credited colorist she's fantastic. Tatiana Wood. What famous comic book artist was Tatiana Wood married to?
It's not me.
No, Dave was not married to Tatiana Wood. We got, I think, the first answer up.
Let me see real quick who the first answer was. Yes, Dan, stand up. Wallace Wood. Yeah, Brunson, actually, my shows generally will probably go till 9:30 if Chris is up for it.
Yeah, whatever.
My shows go for 5 hours, typically, but not tonight. Not tonight.
7 is my limit.
Well, I remember that night. I told you I watched, and then I got in bed, I fell asleep, and I woke up. You were still on.
Yeah, I remember that. I think I'll probably actually do tomorrow night like a small live stream just opening up indie comics that folks have sent into my P.O. box. I think
That's cool.
I'll do that on the Comic Tropes After Dark channel. That's always fun to see.
One of my favorite series from early 2000s Marvel is Strange Tales. This is the second trade paperback featuring some great cartoonists doing work, including Harvey Pekar with Marvel. I believe Jim Rugg's in this one, or is he in the first one? Raphael Grandpa. We've got some great talent in here. This is the trade paperback. That's going to be $10. Indiana Jones #1 for Marvel Comics, near mint minus $15.
John
and then
Byrne.
another. What'd you say?
John Byrne.
John Byrne. Yeah, that's right. And then we've got Crossed 100, issue number 12, homage, Golden Age homage, near mint, a LB Cole homage cover. $15. All right, we got Whoa Gilliams. Yeah, I have both hardcovers, so that's why I was selling the trade paperback tonight, because I got the second hardcover very recently in a collection. By the way, if anybody knows of a collection anywhere in the Northwest that is for sale, please let me know. I'm in the mood to buy one. Yes. Do we have a trivia question for Indiana Jones? Don't we?
I'll do one for Indiana Jones.
All
The
right.
editor of that book is Louise Jones. That's the credit if you look on page 1. Louise Jones. Who did she marry? She married a famous artist. Who did Louise Jones marry?
Once again, not me. All right. First one was Steve Vendetta Simonson.
Yep.
Walter Simonson. I love
Nicely
that
done,
autocorrect. Solo, son. Solo. All right. So we've got.
Never no longer.
That was my salacious crumb.
No, I could tell. Trust me, that was a good impression.
I'll leave. I guess nobody wants these two, so we'll take these off.
Can I just say one funny thing about that Indiana Jones? Could you open up the and show the page 1 for something?
Mm-hmm.
I like John Byrne, but here's the thing. John Byrne did not always take 5 seconds to get the perspective right. Take a look at this. If you look at like things like that on the floor, like you see that like those tiles, Indiana Jones and this girl are standing like one apart, but this girl is something like she's got to be like 9 feet tall if you actually try to put in a perspective grid there.
She's I think she's Chinese, that Chinese college basketball player that's 9'2" or something.
And it's like, at a glance, it looks right. At a glance. But as soon as you try to do the perspective, first of all, nothing lines up right. I've seen like, it might have been Eric Larson did an overlay or something like that. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious.
It's and the dude opening the door is, short round. He's 2.5.
It's supposed to be Marcus, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just got a kick out of that. But that actually is a super fun comic, folks.
Yeah, a lot of people love that series. Speaking of people that love series, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 30 or 471 legacy number, first appearance of Ezekiel and Moreland, star of Madam Web, near mint, J. Scott Campbell cover, $25. And then we've got some Golden Age. We've got Boy Illustories, issue number 70, Charles Biro cover in a 4.0.
Wow.
Got that for $12. Very cheap, very cheap. And then we've got the Todd set, issue number 1 silver, polybagged, and then issue number 1 polybagged. Obviously all near mint or whatever. $55 for that set. All right, Marsh.
That's fun. That's fun.
There we go. Yes, she was married to Jeffrey Jones before Walter, and she was the model for the cover of House of Secrets 92. Bureau, yeah, I think I have some other stuff of his. I mean, this one's pretty interesting. He's about to die, or he's going to take apart the boat. I don't know. Do we have any questions about any of this stuff?
Sure. Here. First, I'll do one that I think is a little tougher. It's about that Amazing Spider-Man 30. So that's got a cover by J. Scott Campbell. In his first comics, what was he credited as? He didn't go by J. Scott Campbell at first. What did he go by?
That's right.
We can count this one down because I feel like people either know it or they won't.
Yeah, we'll give it like
just
there we go.
Oh, somebody knew.
Jeff Scott, we'll accept it. It was Jeffrey Scott. Jeff Scott's fine.
Yeah.
Jeff Campbell, Jim Bob Campbell. That's
all right. So Steve got that one, and then I'll just ask a quick one about the Todd McFarlane issues there. So the villain in that Spidey goes up against is Lizard. Who was controlling the Lizard in that story?
I remember
what
that.
What villain was controlling? Good luck. K-Jot Stample.
K-Jot Stample. Jethro Campbell. I like that one too. All right, we'll give this one 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hydro Man and Uncle Ben are completely wrong. Nobody. Yeah, Joe, you got it, but it's not right. It was Calypso, David, but we ran out of time. But I will ask a bonus question on top of that. Bonus question: Spider-Man number 1. What is the 4-letter word, the onomatopoeia that keeps repeating throughout the entire Torment storyline? Holy shit! Holy shit! That was quick. I don't know. Were you trying to answer that, Josh? Be honest. Josh, were you actually answering that? Or were you saying that before I asked the question? Just be honest.
That came up fast. To type it very
fast. And I wonder if he was dirty typing it. Otherwise, it goes to Steve Vendetta. But we'll ask Josh for. He seems like an honest guy.
Yeah, we'll go by honesty.
He was mocking. Okay,
so Steve.
So Steve gets that. It was very quick. I was
then that ties things up between Steve and Stand Up Records.
All right. Well, we still got more questions and more books. Web of Spider-Man number 1. This is a VF minus copy. It's a newsstand, so I made it very cheap for $12. And then we've got meow meow meow. We've got Vengeance of Vampirella number 10, another Adam Hughes cover with a little bit of. I feel like that's got a little bit of vibes. The Wolves have a little Mignola vibes right there.
Maybe,
a near mint copy for $10. And then finally, we've got Journey into Mystery number 8, Mark Jeweler variant, Fine Plus VF minus with the Killer B, $18. All right, we've got eggs.
Nice.
And for my
That's
friends,
a great issue.
Yeah, it is. And Charles Vest. I may do a pop-up sale this weekend, either Saturday or Friday on Instagram, but next full claim sale is definitely going to be on the 15th on this channel. All right. You got another question?
Not really. I would have about Charles Vest, but like we asked it earlier. Remember, like when? Yeah, it's all good. I didn't know that book was in the queue for you tonight. It's a good issue.
It was a late entry, but let me put out a book and then ask a trivia question based on it. Let me just find it real quick.
He's going to be able to, folks. Don't give up on him. Don't give up on him. Dave's going to give you the best trivia of your life. I hope you guys find this entertaining.
I think they're enjoying it. I mean, it sounds like they're enjoying it. People seem to be enjoying it.
I think it's fun to talk about weird trivia.
Yeah, I love trivia. All right, Kenneth Randall's going to take B.
Worth it for the cover alone.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go, folks. Let's put on 2 more books, and then I'll ask a trivia question. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 9. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures number 9. Newsstand homage to the Raphael micro series cover with Casey Jones' first appearance. VF Plus for 8. And then Usagi Special Edition number 1. This is a 9.6, a very high grade book for 20. Here we go. Now officially recognized with a plaque, what town is the official birthplace of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? You could say the town and state. Either way, I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, one town has claimed that title, basically, to drum up tourism.
That's right. That's right.
Because you could argue they created it in different places.
Okay, it's not Massachusetts because that's a state. It's not Innocenti because that's a person. And it's not Northampton, Massachusetts. And it's not New York either.
Yeah.
Andy, you don't.
Maybe.
I said you have to name the town.
Maybe.
You don't have to name the state. Yeah.
Just name.
The answer is Dover, New Hampshire. Dover.
And if you go there, they've got like a tiny Ninja Turtles museum. It is tiny, and they've got things like a manhole cover that they've like had etched and stamped with Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
It's really
sorry,
cool.
John. It was after I showed and said the answer, but I'll bring this book back out because that's
Dover, New Hampshire.
Where is it? That's exactly what this book is the plaque. They're in front of the plaque in Dover. This is signed and remarked by Steve Levine near Mint for $50. That's Turtles' 40th anniversary. Hell's Kitchen. That is correct. It is. Yes, a friend named Ben from Dover. Yeah, I know that. Okay. All right, let's do a couple of Captain America type things. All right, I'll take this off because nobody wants it.
I don't want that. That comic's not good enough for me. I want a better one.
Captain America number 297, Mark Jeweler variant. It's the only Captain America Mark Jeweler I have. It's a VF Plus.
Yeah.
Bucky dies again. $15. Then we've got some old Avengers. Avengers number 56 in a 4.5 to a 5.0. The retelling of the origin of Cap. Bucky's dead again. That's $25. And then Avengers number 60, 4.0 to a 4.5, which is a minor key. I forget what it is. $28 on C. Can I just tell you, Chris, that I am still highly addicted to Marvel Rivals?
I've been playing a little bit of it. I haven't figured out who my main will be, but I'm leaning towards Scarlet Witch. I haven't played enough. Who do you like playing?
I started with Black Widow, played about 40 hours with Black Widow, and now I've played about 19 or so hours with Scarlet Witch. And let me just tell you, you don't ever want to come up against me.
Okay. I promise I will not do anything fun like play video games with you, Dave.
No, against. I'm just saying the last game I played today, I had 43 kills, which topped my.
Good Lord.
Yeah. The other team probably didn't like me too much, but my teammates probably did.
Yeah. Do you like playing as anyone else?
Not I haven't really explored too many. I
Yeah,
don't like Warlock. I've tried some of them, and I like playing as the women. They're better characters.
I've tried Wolverine and Winter Soldier a little bit too. They're not too bad, but yeah, I need to experiment more.
Do you want to know how bad it is? Like I do have a bad addiction to online gaming. That's why I don't play online games. It's so deep that you could pick a character and I can recite at least one of the things that they say in the game.
Oh boy, they don't say a lot in the game actually. All right,
Yeah.
so here we'll test them, folks. Bruce Banner.
Hulk smash.
Yeah, he does say that.
Yeah.
Okay, how about Punisher?
Armed and dangerous.
Yes, he does say that. Iron Man.
Oh, hold on. Shit, I can't remember. It's when he does his big blast and he says, I can't remember, but the one that really pisses me off the most is Psylocke sounds like she's saying something in Spanish. Maximum pulse. There we go. And then of course there's you can find magic in what does she say? She says you can find magic everywhere in life, but being a witch is better, or something like that. She says something like that. Anyway,
hey folks, it's free.
It is free. That is true. So am I. All right. Jesus. Showing my flaws, very deep flaws. Here we go.
Jeff the Landshark isn't bad, Greg.
Yeah, I like it. Dave says give B and C to Black Widow says give B and C to Marsh for $40.
For 40.
Let me see what that was. It was 28 and 25. How about this? $43. So am I. Jeff is overpowered because he can heal and he can also kill. Like kind of very much equally. So
he's also pretty good at like when he swims underground, it's kind of easy to miss him sometimes.
Yeah. By the way, I read that Killer Shark from Another Dimension. That book is hilarious. It's hilarious.
That manga.
Yeah, that manga was great. I finished reading it this morning. Hilarious.
Oh, okay.
Let me know, Marsh. 43. It's yours. The pair. All right. No thanks. All right. Uncanny X-Men number 268. One of the greatest Timothy Lee covers of all time. Near mint minus $20. We've got Captain America, the New Deal, Japanese edition with the Obi, John Cassidy, and Ed Brubaker. $25. And then we've got Confession hardcover that is Astro City, signed on the interior by Kurt Busiek, Alex Ross, and Brent Anderson. Number 236 out of 1,200 signed, $55. Do we have a question?
I already sort of used up my Uncanny X-Men question and didn't know about the other two, so not off the top of my head.
Ask a random question. Steve Vendetta.
A random question.
Yeah.
What was Steve Ditko's third nephew's middle name? No. I don't know.
Peter.
What year did the San Diego Comic-Con start?
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say what year did the San Diego Chargers move? I was like, that's not what this is about. By the way, is it 1970, 71, or 72?
I believe it's 70. I was just double checking that I was right. Yeah, 1970.
Okay. And Steve, please do me a favor and fill out the form on my website so I can get your contact and accept your claim on this. Otherwise, without filling out the form, I have no way to contact you. So I can't accept the claim until you confirm it in the comments.
There's a link. Yeah, there's a link, folks, in the description.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
easy.
it's
form to fill out.
westcoastavengers.com, and then you just scroll down to the middle of the homepage. I don't think you're going to anger me by saying go Chiefs. I don't watch football anymore, so it does not bother me. Unless
And
you
my
say
team's out, so yeah.
yeah, unless you say go Patriots.
You know what, Dave? You know
Yeah.
what? That's a low blow.
Oh,
What
well,
are you going to start like pro wrestling now, doing all these low blows? Ref is going to turn around.
You better watch out. I got a chair. Uncanny X-Men 210 is the first appearance of Cameo Marauders. That is a 9.6 approximate grade on a newsstand, $30. And then we've got Amazing Spider-Man Annual 16, the first appearance of John Rambo's sister, Monica. VF Plus newsstand, $15. Back in the days, San Diego Comic-Con, actually, that's right. I mean, I just don't like, I'll never like the Patriots for years of growing up a Jets fan. I don't even like myself for being a Jets fan. So let me tell you something, brother. All right, Woj Williams is going to take.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Do we have any questions?
Sure. Let's start with that Amazing Spider-Man issue annual 16, right? So Monica Rambeau is introduced in that. That's her first appearance. She works for the Harbor Patrol for this city, and I'll just give you a hint. It's not New York City. What city does Monica Rambeau work for?
He gave you a hint, folks, and that hint is that it's not New York City. New York, concrete jungle where dreams are spiders. All right. Is it Baltimore?
No.
No.
I went to college in this town.
It is Boston. It is Newark.
No. I'll say cold to all of these.
New Orleans.
You got it.
All right. Philip Arsenault. I bet you I got his name right.
I think so.
And if I didn't,
maybe that is a Southern name. Arsenault. Oh, you gonna hang out with Gambit and eat all them poor boys and gumbo, shall?
Did you smell them coming? Did you smell the answer? Like what's his name over Brimley and fucking Hard Target?
I love that. I love that moment. Grandpa, there are dangerous men coming. I know chance. I smell them.
Remy Lebo. Josh, what is Babish? Who is Babish? What is Babish?
Is Babish that cooking channel?
Oh,
is that what he means?
I don't know. Maybe, for sure. Maybe. Yeah. All right, Steve, I got your form. Thank you. Remy Lebo. Do you know who I got told?
Go ahead.
Nope. You know who told me? Danny McBride and Bill Hader once told me that I reminded them that I look like what's his name? Triumph.
Robert Smigel.
Thank you. Yeah, binging with Babish. Nobody ever told me that, but I know who he is. I've watched a couple of his videos.
Yeah, I could see a little bit of Robert Smigel. For me to hope on.
When I had more hair and it was curly. For me to poop on.
What
were you going to say? Were you going to say something?
I had a trivia question for the Uncanny X-Men, but if we want to keep moving, that's fine.
Let's keep rolling. How many more questions do you have?
I have no idea. I've got them all alphabetical depending on what you pull out. We don't have to do that many more. Right. How many more books do you have to sell?
Oh God, I could be selling books for the next 3 hours. Amazing Spider-Man 125, second appearance of Man-Wolf in a good, very good for 20. Detective Comics issue number 457. First appearance of Dr. Leslie Tompkins in a VF range.
Oh, that's a great cover.
Yes, it is. For $25. And then Detective Comics number 478, the first appearance of the third Clayface, I believe. Newsstand VF for $15. I'll make a name for himself. I love Danny McBride. Did you have your hand up a dog's butt all the time? At the time? No, but I do right now, Dan. Andy's going to claim B. Andy B.
Very nice.
All right, why don't we see what's the standings? Why don't we give everybody the standings so they know where they stand?
No worries. Okay. Just to be clear, Steve Vendetta is in the lead with 10. And then the next runner-up would be Stand Up Records with 8. After that, I don't think anybody has more than 2. I'd have to add up. There might be somebody with 3, but like it's definitely between those 2 at this point.
Okay. All right.
Steve Vendetta in the lead with 10. Stand Up with 8.
So why don't we ask 4 more questions?
Sure. Tell you what, I'll do one about the Amazing Spider-Man there, if that's okay.
Do it.
All right. Man-Wolf. Man-Wolf is John Jameson. Famously in the Marvel Universe, he's an astronaut, but he had another very prominent job in the Marvel Universe after being an astronaut. What was that job? What was that job?
He worked in Times Square as a cleaner in one of the porn booths.
Hey, welcome. I can get you the triple ripple jizz moppa deal.
Senator, reporter,
no,
shield agent.
nope.
Clearly, the correct answer is werewolf. Oyster sexier, which I'm not even going to ask. Space werewolf and reporting, which we already said no to. Reporter, jizz mopper, and astronaut.
Well, he was an astronaut. I'm saying what's his other prominent job, but we're running out of time.
Cop, not a cop. All right, so what's the answer?
Captain America's pilot. He was his pilot for a long time in the Mark Grunwald run.
Was that as an employee of Damage Control also?
I don't think so.
He was a half astronaut. All right, let's put out three more books here.
There we go.
Here we go.
Here we go again.
Strange Tales number 159, the first appearance of Val, Contessa, Valeria, Steranko. I believe that's the first Steranko Marvel cover. It's a 4/5 to a 5/0 for $30. We've got a nice pair here, X Factor 5 and X Factor 6. First cameo of Apocalypse, first appearance of Apocalypse. VF plus near mint minus, and then the newsstand is a VF minus. You can take the pair for $40. And then you idiot. Ren and Stimpy number 1, sealed in the poly bag, $10. And if you claim these, then I'll sell them to you.
The Strange Tales one is especially cool. Well, actually, no, now that I think of it, this X Factor, that's a huge character introduction. And I love writer Louise Simonson. I think that Wheezy's awesome.
And this is an homage to X-Men 100, most likely. And then I feel like this is an homage to something else.
And then that Ren and Stimpy one, there's about to be a Harley Quinn scratch and sniff cover for the Fartacular. But look at Ren and Stimpy sort of getting in on that first.
Well, this is let's see which the air freshener you get is the Stimpy.
Okay.
The air stinker. All right. Do we have a question for any of these?
Sure. For Ren and Stimpy folks, what famous Spider-Man writer wrote that issue? He got his start doing all sorts of licensed comics. Went on to write Spider-Man, but started with stuff like Ren and Stimpy and anything else he could do that was licensed.
First answer will be nope. There we go. Bill, it did that thing. It's Dan Slott. As my friend used to call him, Dan Duty Slott. I don't think he liked him that much.
I'm surprised at how many of you knew that one. That's really impressive. Yeah. Yep. Alf. He would just think what he could get to break in.
Nobody on these. All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's do New Warriors number 1, Scotty Young variant cover, near mint, $10. We have, let me just get rid of this. We've got Uncanny X-Men number 137, Death of Phoenix, VF newsstand, $40. And then we've got Crypt of Shadows number 5, VG Fine, Marvel Bronze Age, Horror. It's hard to say horror. It just doesn't sound.
I'm gonna in a couple weeks. I'll be in Japan. I'm gonna ask everyone to pronounce horror, just to be mean.
That's really mean.
They would that would break people.
They're gonna if you do that and put it on the internet.
Oh my God, I'd be canceled.
You're gonna get like 2 million hits, and you're gonna get kicked out of the country, like some of the idiots that do stupid stuff.
Yeah. Remember Alf? He's back in pog form. I was just reading the comment by Matt Skirble.
Kenneth, 35 on the X Factor. Kenneth, you got it.
Congrats. Those are 2 great issues.
Kenneth, 35. That's right. Pogs are coming back, actually.
Are they really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there you go. Dan had him at Maui Comic Con. He had Pogs made. No, I think they're trying to bring him back. Star Spangled War Stories, issue number 175. Mark Jeweler, Joe Kubert cover. Fine plus VF minus. $12 with the Unknown Soldier right there. You know, it's all over for the Unknown Soldier.
What's the Unknown Soldier's name? I'm just kidding. That's not a real trivia question.
No, I was just. That's why I turned around to stare at you, because
I don't think he's been named.
I don't think so either. Uncanny X-Men 155 newsstand. VF plus first appearance of the Brood.
Oh, cool. The Brood, just such a ripoff of Aliens.
Yep, that was a Doors reference. Yes, Chris. What can I help you with? Do you have a trivia question on any of this?
Nah.
Look at my hand doesn't exist. It's just a blur.
Look at this. Look at what my hands look like when I do this.
You're like, and it look. That's kind of weird. Why does it do that? Why are you like that?
Put them out a little bit more. Put them out just a little bit, like so that you can see your inner arm.
I can't. I don't have enough screen and room.
Look at what happens to your arms when you do this.
It's so weird. It's so weird. It's so weird. All right, Union Gap guy. All right,
we'll try to do 2 more trivia questions before we wrap up, just in case.
Now tap your head and rub your belly at the same. Not falling for that one. Nope.
Ugh.
Yeah,
give myself a concussion at this hour.
Punisher time.
Oh.
Punisher, the 5-issue miniseries, which was originally supposed to be 4, but they just decided to do 5. Let me go over the conditions and what we got here. Punisher 1 newsstand VF range. Number 2 direct VF. Number 3 newsstand near mint minus. Number 4 direct mid-grade fine plus. And then number 5 VF plus. So mixed bag. 2 newsstands, 3 directs. Mike Zeck, Stephen Grant, $100 for the set.
Super cool story though. Great.
Art. Yeah, great art. Fantastic art. Why don't we ask another question?
Yeah, sure. The artist of 4 of those 5 issues and all of the covers is Mike Zeck. What Asian country did he retire to?
Oh, I know the answer.
And he still lives there today.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Let's see while we're waiting. We'll give this a 10 seconds one because this is an easy one to. All right, there we go. Trip gets it.
Nice.
The Philippines. I'm hoping that he's at Tokyo Comic Con next year.
It's a 50-50 at this point. He seems to be enjoying his retirement.
Yeah, that's the thing. He only wants to do cons that are close, but yeah, he doesn't really like doing them anymore. Philippines is not a country. I didn't listen.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, is he joking?
I don't know. Comics feature issue number 32. History of DC, Dick Giordano interview. $12 if you like a really good fanzine. For those local to Washington, I'm going to offer this my last setup of McDonald's Mariners Mojo, the comic book. 2 issues, both around VF.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah. Nice.
Wait, can I claim that?
Sure, of course.
All right, I claim that.
All right, that's going to be Chris.
Put me down for 8. I am a big fan of bad, or maybe it's not bad, but of weird anyway, licensed sort of tie-in promotional comics. I'll call them promotional comics.
I can't speak to the quality of the art, but I can tell you I know the artist. I knew him when I was a young, a teen into my 20s. A nice guy. Not going to say anything about his art. Not even going to say his name.
Yeah, it's always just about how they have to force the story is more the thing that amuses me.
Let's see what else I haven't shown. Let's do. Does anybody have any like requests, like any books that they want me to show again, or something that they know that I have? But I'll put these out, and then the last. Do you want to ask the last 18 with a bullet, Pete Wingfield? Do you know this track? If not, check it out. I don't know what that is, Chris. Invincible number 90. Near mint, $15. Little dinosaurus action on that cover. One of my favorite. I think it's the greatest superhero book of my life, like overall.
Whoa.
Yeah. Fantastic 429, first cover of The Watcher, 3-0, $75, and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures number 1 and 2, near mint minus near mint. These are great books if you've never read them.
Yeah, they are.
John, I can show the Love and Rockets again. Sam, feel free to make an offer. Dave Korea in the house, I have a request. Can Chris show off his cat who just walked by in the background?
Hey, you want to come over here? Oh, just climbed up on the...
I saw that. I saw his shadow move up.
I'll go get my cat.
Paul, no other magazines that I... Actually, I have a whole box I didn't show. Hello, Near. Who else is just blinded by my beauty? God, I hope nobody. Yeah, let me show off the Love and Rockets again that I showed so that I can fulfill that request. And then we could show off some other stuff. While Chris shows off his cats. Or one of his cats.
Cry baby. Such a cry baby. She's not going to stay for long, folks.
Here comes the cat.
Lily.
Hi, Lily. Is that like a Bengal
Not
cat?
in the mood.
It's a beautiful kitty. It's a
Say
tiger.
hi.
That's a tiger. All right. Let's get back to the...
That's about all we get.
Okay. Nobody on these. No G.I. Joes under 100. Those are actually all sold. I may have some at the next claim sale. Let me show off by request some of the things. Love and Rockets number 3 in a VF for 45. Love and Rockets 11 in a VF plus near mint minus for 20. Love and Rockets number 4 in a VF for 30. And then Love and Rockets number 15 in a near mint minus for 20. Sam, if you want to make an offer on the Punishers, I'd much rather people make offers than you were asking me to give you a discount. I can give you a discount, but if you make an offer and I say yes, then it's done and it's yours. Yeah, she wasn't in the mood. Sam, done.
Congrats, Sam.
Thank you, Sam. Sam also has a relatively new YouTube channel. Sam, feel free to put it in there below.
Usually when other people in the chat try to do a link, that gets blocked, but you can put your name.
Right.
You can put your name.
Did the Strange Tales 157
I don't think it did.
Which one was that? The cameo of Tribunal?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it did sell.
Oh, it did.
But
yeah, I think. Oh, then 159 was the one that didn't sell.
Yeah, 159 sold out. But let me look real quick. Do you want to ask another question?
I'm out of questions, and the winner's basically been decided. The first two.
Who are the top two?
We
winners?
have to do a bunch more to have standings change at this point.
Yeah, Trip. I think it did sell.
I've
just
got the number 1 and number 2 winners.
Hold on, Chris. I never, whatever you put in the chat never showed up because I'm looking for whatever it is that you said and I didn't see it unless you were talking about something else or just DM.
Talking to me?
Okay. No, I don't know. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Am I going to read Batman Hush 2 coming out in 2025? Yeah, I'll probably try it, and if it's good, I'll keep reading it. If not, no. Famous Monsters issue number 131, the little Dracula VF minus. Famous Monsters issue number 181 in a VF minus for 10. What else did people request? Chris, do you know what the people want? What do the people want?
Eggs is asking, do you have anything G.I. Joe over 100 newsstand?
Nothing left over 100. All right,
And
Nick.
somebody just claimed both of those. Yeah.
Thank you, Nick.
Steve Vendetta is asking if you could knock $5 off the Astro City hardcover.
Yeah, that's
because he's in Canada.
The correct answer is he's in Canada. Well, didn't Steve just win trivia?
Yes.
Steve, you won trivia, so I'm going to be covering a lot of the shipping. So why don't we just call it at that? I mean,
you're going to get a prize here, Steve. And then number 2 is going to be stand-up records, to be clear.
And okay, so hold on. So winner, Steve, Vendetta, and then runner-up, Dan.
Stand-up records.
All right, give me 1 sec. And then we're gonna see who wants what prize.
Right.
I appreciate that, Nick. Any X-Men, X Factor, New Mutants, MJs. Nico, I think I'm done with the MJs tonight. I think you bought the ones that I had. No more Acme tonight, Josh, but yes. And then all right, so Steve Vendetta is the winner. And Steve Vendetta gets to pick. Does he want Chris's Jason Voorhees artwork, or does he want the books?
3 books. One of the other.
So Steve gets to pick, and then Dan, you get whatever he doesn't pick.
As long as you want it.
Yeah. Yeah. How's it going to be when you don't love me anymore, you know? Wait, that's a song. Forget it. Oh, Comics Journal. I got some more magazines we can do. No more Acme. The Crow. Well, you get all 3 of these, Steve. You
get all 3.
Or you get the artwork. So I'm assuming that Steve's going to pick this.
So now it's up to Stand Up Records as the runner-up. Would you like this original art?
Well, yeah. I think he gets that by default.
I just wonder if he wants it. If he's like, no, thanks.
I don't want it.
We could go to the 3rd.
Dan's actually a art collector anyway. He
Only
wants you
if
to
it's
sign.
signed. I can do that. I can do that.
Ryan, I'll put you down for the first volume, or are you asking about the second volume? I have a couple copies left that I found. All right, RoboCop 1. All right, and then 35 cents. There it is, signed.
Chris Comic Tropes Piers.
There it is. All right. Well,
Congratulations.
And thank you for donating that and be the host. Let's do some more books and then we'll get out of here. How about that?
No more dances.
No more. Okay. Let me get to the thing. The Red Snapper. It's not available yet, David. We're going to have those probably ready by the end of this month, early February. And I'll be talking about that live on the channel a lot. All right. RoboCop
Dave,
number 1. Yeah.
Regarding that, I remember the Marvel RoboCop comic, but that's a magazine?
Yeah, this is how I think it was originally presented. So I think
I remember buying the comic, and I don't remember the magazine.
I think this is the first appearance of RoboCop.
That's cool.
Yeah. You know what's interesting about how Miguel Ferrer was in the movie, but Miguel Ferrer also worked on comics?
Wait, what did he do in comics?
He was a writer, I believe.
Yeah, I've heard that before, but I don't remember what he worked on. But that is cool.
Yeah, I don't remember. This is a VF copy for 40. Comics Journal number 116. Dave Gibbons cover. Alan Moore interview. Dave Gibbons interview. Watchmen, obviously. That is a high grade, like VF plus near mint. And then Famous Monsters 109 VF range with that Basil Gogos cover. Those are here. I think there was 2 issues of the RoboCop mag. Yeah. So that's there. What else do we got?
I've never seen that movie that it's advertising, but I love Vincent Price. I want to. What's it called? Madhouse. Madhouse.
You'll have to check it out. Maybe it'll be a future trash movie bonanza.
Ooh.
Ooh. All right. Nobody on these. A, B, and C. All right. Let's do a couple more comics. I'm only going to do another 10 minutes or so, folks. And then we'll get going. Uncanny X-Men, New Teen Titans, Near Mint. You had a trivia question about this.
Yeah. Now that I'll just ask it for fun then.
Yeah,
all right. This is a cool one, folks. So this is a Marvel DC collaboration, right? What was the first book that Marvel and DC teamed up to publish together? Hint, it was not a superhero book. If anybody gets this, I'll be impressed.
All right, I'll show this off. Miracle Man #4, the foil stamped Eclipse Archive Edition, actually signed by the great John Toddleben, comes with a COA. It's a near mint minus, and it's $20. And then we've got Rudolpho the reindeer. Is that the answer? Rudolph the reindeer?
No.
And we've got a full set of year 1. Number 1 is a 9.6 newsstand. The rest are near mint. Mazzucchelli, Miller, complete set. $90.
I love these. This is like a really strong, folks. That $12 on the X-Men Titans is a steal. Just to be clear, they're all fantastic comics. But that is a steal. It is a hell of a great comic.
Rex Hexen, somebody. Wizard of Oz.
Yes,
there it
is. Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz was the first one they collabed on. Nicely done, Matt.
Let me see what else we got here. Oh, there's still some leftover Japan stuff that didn't sell, so I'll show it off. We got Ryan Colossus on A. All right. Let's look at some Japan stuff here. What do I still have here? We've got Rocket Man, which is a Superman kind of 15 on B. David, it's yours. Thank you. All right, we've got Rocket Man. What is this? This is Mizuki Shigeru. This is the box set. We'll take a look at it since some people what is it? Mizuki Shigeru's Rocket Man.
It's a movie?
No, it's a manga box set. It's a it's a 50s. It's a reprint of a 50s book that he did.
He is so influential, folks. Like right after Tezuka, I think Mizuki is probably the most influential overall manga artist, and he's someday going to explode here. So that's a really cool book.
That's the box set. Very cool presentation.
Plus, superheroes are rare in Japan.
Yeah, especially stuff based on, kind of inspired by American superheroes.
Yeah.
So that is 60. We've got Dead Flesh Man, which is a horror book, for 22. And then we've got Street Fighter 2 with the OBI, OB strip, 1990. Oh, man. It's from the 90s. That's going to be 55.
Nice. The horror one in the middle, did you say that was that Hino?
No, it's not. I don't think it's Hino Hideshi.
Is it more recent?
No. I think this is older too, but let's take a look.
I just couldn't see.
Let me take a look.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Huh. I don't recognize that artist.
It's very creepy. There's lots of maggots.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got its gross parts. It's not super, super gross, but I feel like the end is where maggots.
Yeah.
Maggots. Cool art though. Anyway,
Good storytelling. It's clear.
anyway, that's 22. But I think I do not remember or know Prince Planets.
No, I don't know.
But unless anybody else has any specific things that they want to see again, or books that they saw in the preview, or somebody wants to claim something, it's really funny. I'll just tell this to the Davenger Renos that are here every 2 weeks for the sale. I'm not even going to say what slabs there were, but there were 2 slabs that I was trying to sell that were newer, that I was offering for $500 and $350. I was horribly underpricing them. And I sold both of them for a combined $1,600 over the last week. So if you're ever thinking why, I'm not going to buy these slabs, Dave is severely underpricing his slabs. But what I'm trying to illustrate here is that I'm always trying to offer people the best prices and, try to make great deals for people. So I appreciate everybody that bought art from Chris tonight, that played trivia.
Thank you, Razor Ramen. Congrats to like both Steve Vendetta and Stand Up Records. And I just say, like, I really appreciate, I recognize a few names that have been in my streams, but like a lot of you guys are new to me, and everybody here was like kind and intelligent and respectful to each other. Like, I love it. This was so much fun for me just to goof off, basically.
This is by my design. Obviously, the channel, just like your channel's by your design of like creating the content and the things that you want to attract people. But I am very fortunate to have great people that buy books from me, great people that support the channel. That 5,000, hitting the 5,000 last week or whatever it was. It really feels like there's just a core audience here, and that's all I asked for. This weekend, I got Mandarake shopping with Brian Moss and me, and the Japan videos are going to continue to roll out. And like I said, the direct edition, my audio podcast begins on Monday the 6th, and it is the first episode that I recorded live in Japan. The second episode of the season will be also from Japan, and then I'll keep rolling with the regular content on the podcast. What do you got coming up?
Oh man. I've decided that the next video I'm making on Comic Tropes is going to be about Frank Frazetta. So I'm working on that. I think I want, he really only was in a window of making comics. Like he kept doing the occasional cover or pinup art, but 19-year run, golden age to a little bit of the silver age. I think he's really a cool artist. I'm going to talk about him. Over on Comic Tropes After Dark, going to keep doing live streams. The next one I'm doing will be here in America. And then after that, I don't know exactly what time I'll be doing it because I'm going to be in Hawaii and Japan for a few weeks.
Right.
We'll see. And Jim Mafood and I have recorded, or we've got a new episode that'll eventually get out for Trash Movie Bonanza. And we're talking about Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. I mean, you got that new trailer for Superman, and we were like, well, Superman has also had some questionable movies.
It's Nuclear Man's debut.
Derek, that's a cool question. I've had Sarah Frazetta on Comic Tropes After Dark before. But Dave, maybe you should talk to her at some point. She really does a lot to keep her grandfather's legacy alive.
Yeah. Fan Comics opening still on for tomorrow? You were talking about that today. You were talking about doing
Fan Comics opening. I get it. I thought it sounded like the opening of a store or something. Sorry. Yes. I don't know exactly what time yet. I'll schedule that, but tomorrow I'm going to I've got about 15 to 17 comics that were sent into the PO box that I'll open up and share with people. And
yes, Daniel, I'll email tomorrow, probably before 3:00 Eastern. So by noon, noon Pacific, you'll get an email from me. So yes,
crack a noon. This guy's up.
Yeah. Well, no, I start. You don't even want to know. Sarah's great. Superman 4. No, Superman 3 is the one with Richard Pryor, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It was mostly Richard Pryor.
Yeah. That's Richard Corbin is the answer to that, Chris. So yeah, both you can go in the description below and you can find Chris's little tags in there. One that says Comic Tropes, the other one says Comic Tropes After Dark. You can click on that and subscribe. If you're not subscribed to this channel for some reason, then you are doing it wrong. And yeah, Direct Edition has its own YouTube channel as well as on Spotify and Apple and Amazon. You can find those links down below, or just visit westcoastavengers.com. The Many Faces of Kirby, the Many More Faces of Kirby is coming out shortly. I will be talking about that heavily. Very, very delighted to share that with everybody. Am I going to Portland Fan Expo? No, I am not. I will be in Florida when that is happening.
Original Art Expo, huh?
Right. OAX, baby. I'm excited.
Anything in particular you got your eye on that you're going to look to see if it's
no, I should not look. I should not buy anything. I already have at least one commission being done that I'm picking up there. So, we'll see. We'll see what John Wayshak does to me and does for me for that commission that I'm getting from him, because
that's fair.
It's a weird commission. Good night, Tyler. Always appreciate you, my brother. I have not been to the Frazetta Museum. No, I have not. I would like to.
It was either 2004 or 2005 that I went to. I can't exactly remember. And I got to meet Ellie and Frank. So pretty special experience.
Josh, let's say closer to like 11, 12. Maybe we can even get Chris to join us. Maybe.
Probably not. I've got a lot to do for Comic Tropes, to be honest. I'm kind of back.
Fair enough. We'll eat it.
I like the invite. I appreciate the invite. I'm just being upfront.
I know. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Kamikaze. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Double, quadruple. Let's do it. You ready? Quadruple salute. Boom.
Look at that.
There it is. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
You stick around, Chris. Good night, everybody. Happy New Year.
West Coast Avengers. West Coast Avengers.
There's only one mantra that you all need to know. That's that one over there. See Todd, bye Todd.
We